So, Alex,
Yes.
in this scenario, the king will come. King Philinore's army. Background. The situation is not an uncommon one throughout history. A weak ruler who ascended to the throne only through an accident of birth has been displaced by his more powerful uncle. While the former king's son was out of the country, Philinor declared himself the new and rightful monarch. Now the young man who would be king has stolen his way back into the homeland and has mustered a troop of soldiers and militia to reassert his claim to the title. Philinor, long expecting that a show of force would be necessary, has entrenched his own army in the southern end of a river valley. Guarding both banks of the river, he has arrayed his force so that his men can ride out to confront the bulk of the prince's troops, no matter which side of the valley the upstarts choose to move along. As the mists of dawn rise slowly from the meadows surrounding the river, the prince's forces are still too far away to be easily seen. But there is no mistaking the blare of battle trumpets in the distance. The battle is about to be joined. Set up. Philinor's brigade must be set up before the prince's army takes the field. All of the king's units are placed within the area indicated on the map, with at least one unit on each side of the river. Okay. I'll draw that out for you. After. Terrain. The river is deep water and can only be crossed at the bridge or at one of the two fords. Moving through a ford costs 3 inches for each inch traveled. If a routed unit cannot avoid running into the river, the unit is considered disbanded and destroyed. Victory. Philinor's main objective is to cause all of the prince's troops to rout. The king wins if, at any time, his force contains the only unrouted units on the battlefield. The scenario ends as soon as the last enemy unit routs. It need not move off the table, and it does not get a chance to rally. Philinor can also win by eliminating all of the prince's troops, but this is not a desirable outcome since all of the soldiers on both sides are countrymen. If the last unrouted units on both sides become routed as a result of the same combat, the scenario is a draw. You have units of 6 of Philinor's Knights medium cavalry, 12 swordsmen, 24 reluctant militia, irregular formation only, 24 equally reluctant militia, irregular formation only, 12 longbowmen with a range of 7-inch, 14-inch, and 21-inch, and then various stats we can jot down on a piece of paper or in your notebook. So if you want to start setting up your units, again, your militia are irregular formation only.
Yep.
So I'll review and you're fine. So you may set up along this line, diagonal, and over.
So this line and then to here.
Yes, here and over. So you may set up there. You must have at least one unit on each side of the river. Okay. And you set up first.
Yep.
Giovanna.
Really quick, remind me of the rank rules.
You have to have at least as many as are in the front. So
I can. Is that only for it to count as a rank, or I cannot make a formation that does not have that?
I think it would be irregular if you did.
So this would be a pretty standard.
Yes, that's a standard formation.
Yeah. So this rank, this would also be a rank, but this would not be. This would have to.
Okay, but I could have that. I could have this as a formation. This just wouldn't count as a rank for the purposes of having.
I believe so.
Additional. Okay.
It would still be a normal formation. It wouldn't be.
This is a normal formation. This is an irregular formation.
Okay.
Irregular is when they split up.
Okay.
Yeah. And you cannot come together. Otherwise you suffer penalties. These and these are irregular. These two can be regular. Giovanna.
Yes.
Prince Dirkley's force. The situation is not an uncommon one throughout history. A ruler who is entitled to his throne as a birthright has been selfishly ousted from power by a close relative who considers himself a more capable leader. Good Prince Durkley would be the first one to admit that he has a lot to learn about being a monarch. But that does not justify the actions of his devious uncle Philinor, who usurped the kingship while Durkley was away on a diplomatic mission. Now the young man, who should be king, has returned to his homeland and has pulled together a troop of soldiers. Realizing that the only way to oust the usurper is by a show of force, he has sent his men southward to drive Philinor's men out of the river valley. Most of the farmers and villagers in the area have remained loyal to Durkley and have provided his force with information on where Philinor's troops are located. Durkley hopes that this strategic advantage will be the first step along the road to regaining his throne. As the mist of dawn slowly rises from the meadows surrounding the river, trumpets sound and the horses of the knights paw the ground in anticipation. The battle is about to be joined. Set up. The prince's army takes the field after Philinor's forces have been set up. The units can be on all one side of the river or the other, or split between the two banks. Terrain. The river is deep and can only be crossed at the bridge or at one of the two fords. Movement through a ford costs 3 inches for each 1 inch traveled. If a routed unit cannot avoid running into the river, the unit is considered disbanded and destroyed. Victory. Durkley's main objective is to cause all the usurper's troops to rout. The prince wins if, at any time, his force contains the only unrouted units on the battlefield. The scenario ends as soon as the last enemy unit routs. It need not move off the table, and it does not get a chance to rally. Durkley can also win by eliminating all of his uncle's troops, but this is not a desirable outcome, since all of the soldiers on both sides are countrymen. If the last unrouted unit on both sides become routed as a result of the same combat, the scenario is drawn.
Okay, so it's the same win condition either way.
Yes.
Route
So
the other person's units.
you have units of 6 of Durkley's knights in medium cavalry.
Okay, which ones are those? Okay. Knights.
Yes. You have a unit of 20 swordsmen.
Orcs.
Yes. Your orcs are the swordsmen.
Yep.
Your 18 longbowmen,
These are the elves.
with a range of 7, 14, and 21. 12 axemen, which are dwarves, dwarf figures. And you have 24 loyal peasants, who can be in irregular formation only.
Apparently, I'm racist.
Only peasants.
I ran out of tokens.
I know. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah. So I can set up on either side of the river. I set up after he's done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because you know where his troops
Yes.
are.
Because
You
the-
set up.
Either side or both.
Yeah, either side or both. And here's where you can set up.
So I can set up before.
Yep, so here, so basically follow this line.
Yeah.
Cross the river a little to here,
Yeah, a little bit, and then like here.
and then, yeah.
So like
Until
here,
about
down, and here.
here. And here. So,
Basically, kind of like a line like this, a little off though.
yeah, so like here.
Yeah.
Okay? This is a 1 inch hill. That's a 1 inch into a 2 inch hill.
So I have cavalry unit.
And here are, this is a room's reference card. I'll probably be holding on to this as just a quick thing that I can tell you about. And those two are irregular.
Yep. And they're not wounded.
Yes. There's
Make sure all your guys are not wounded.
Yes.
The only thing that has more than one hit is the cavalry, so it doesn't really matter for the other ones.
Yes, but it's a good habit.
Yes.
So make sure all your guys aren't wounded.
All these that are, it has to be regular. I can't split them up into 2 units. They have to be one.
Yes, it is a single unit. Those are your units. I'm going to write down on a piece of paper your stats for each of your units while you guys are working on that.
What were the dwarves again?
Axemen.
Axemen.
Yep, that's a group of axemen.
Hmm.
And I'll give you your stats. Your stats are right here if you want to look at them quick.
Okay. I'll just.
But I will write them up for you.
So irregular, they can't be touching each other,
Correct.
but otherwise the formations are the same.
Yeah, you still have the same frontage and ranks, You must have at least as many ranks as half your frontage
Yes.
in an irregular unit. That's a lot of talking.
Yep.
Is that viable? I remember seeing something like that. I just,
Yes, the only counts as 2 ranks.
Yes.
You know, you're supposed to actually wait until I'm done.
Well, he's just
Oh, you're just
putting his things together.
Yeah.
He can then change.
Adjust where they are. I'm just getting a basic formation down. I might change it up. Especially since I can't have troops as far as. Sets it up the night. Don't compete if I want.
Here's your roster sheet.
He also accidentally gave you exactly what I told him he should, which was
Oh, well, I figured. But yes.
the advantageous position.
Yes. Knowledge of the battlefield.
Knowledge of the battlefield, and you actually have better troops.
True. Makes sense. And this is okay for rank being wider. I mean, it still be ranks, or would it?
That'll.
No, anything smaller than your front rank is not officially a rank.
So that would only be 1 rank. That would be 4.
But if that would only be 2.
I think that would still be 4. No, that might only be. That would only be 2 because you don't have guys behind you.
Good change.
Lower armor rating is better. Again, you have second hand. So same concept, you know.
Well, yeah, because if you roll higher than your armor rating, you get more benefits.
Yep.
Is that irregular enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
your setup?
It's irregular enough, and we know that represents irregular, and you are limited by irregular.
So is that your setup?
That's my setup.
So these are peasants, cavalry, longbow.
Well, militia,
Reluctant militia, cavalry, and longbows.
equally reluctant militia.
Okay.
That makes all of it.
Which means it's perfect because I said it the exact same way twice. So you have no idea which one I'm talking about.
Yep. Nope, that's the wrong thing. Those are goblins.
Don't have goblins. There are no goblins.
Here's your roster sheet. And basically, I can now just use this. The walnut is off the world. So if you get pushed off, you're out. Where's the morale rules? Where's the morale check?
So it goes on pretty far beyond the black.
We're saying the black is the edge.
Okay. You might wanna bring
We
it
have
closer.
shortened the battlefield slightly.
Slightly. Yes.
Trying to block out the noise of us noisy people.
Uh-huh.
90 degrees is the wide one.
Yep, it is. This.
Yep.
And then we'll use that for all that.
I have
And that's 7 inches?
here.
37.
Not here. There you go.
Which one is this?
Oh,
Yeah.
so that's
Oh, moving
35.
troops is going to be a pain,
Or those headphones.
especially the irregular ones.
Those should be inches, right?
this is a what? So this is 12 inch.
So this
That's
is
12 inch by 12 inch.
So 7 inch should be about there.
Yes. This is 6 at 7.
So that's. Gotcha. Alright. That's what I need.
And your units are facing the way that they are facing.
Yep.
So,
Just some that are
interesting. What's up with them?
There's backwards and wounded.
I
Haven't done them yet.
I kind of just got them in a row and
Ah.
the smallest amount of pieces in one, so I kind of just put them on.
The guys are militia. They're a slightly regular irregular.
Yes. Then they'll follow the irregular rules.
Yes.
Moving these pieces is going to be such a pain.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping them in formation.
We don't have them on bases or anything.
Yeah. So I would say if we could find something along the lines of like just different sized flat pieces of cardstock.
They recommend that
Thank you.
as well.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Obviously, they recommend it too.
I have no clue if this is any good. We'll see. Obviously, this look is going to be a pain. About as ready as I can be.
These guys are too far forward.
It's a shame we can't do.
Yeah, it feels like that.
Yeah.
The
peasants.
the frontage rules. Wait, do frontages have to be a straight line?
Kind of.
Kind of. But not really.
You can like wrap around a hill, kind of, and like be facing the hill.
That'd be my frontage.
If these guys were facing this way,
I'm not saying like right now. I'm just saying in general. Can that be a frontage?
yes.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
So that's here's a picture of that. So like here's a very large frontage. So 3, 6.
Okay.
So this is
I
a
see.
frontage of 12.
Interesting.
Determining
Okay.
frontage and number of ranks. The unit on green bases have frontage of 6, and 3. They're both 2 ranks deep, which qualifies for the morale bonus. Brown-based units have frontage of 12, cutting with 6 figures in the center, which
Only
is
have
3
one
and
rank.
3. Yes, but only has 1 rank.
Because they don't have a qualifying second rank.
Correct. Yes, so they can all engage
Interesting. Okay.
and not be flanked.
Cool.
And here's another example of this is a column formation. It's windy.
So
That's okay.
is a second rank if you have multiple ranks which can attack still viable for attack even if it doesn't count as a rank for a morale bonus?
What?
Is a second rank still a viable rank for attacking even if it's not a viable rank for a morale bonus?
Yes, but you don't have anything with reach. You don't have any reach weapons.
2 ranks of archers attack.
Yes, 2 ranks of archers can attack.
Okay.
Yep. So that you have a partial second rank, but not a full rank
Yes.
for morale bonus.
Okay.
You all set up?
Yep.
You're all set up?
I'm all set.
Okay.
I was done before he started.
Yes, true. Okay. This is
Even
gonna
if
be
I learned a thing afterwards.
This is going to be interesting. So again, the first round has no charge declarations. So you both roll a d10.
8. 4.
His troops go first.
Can I choose or
I
do
think
I have to go first?
I think you can choose. I think you can choose combat. Okay. Oh, that's attack dice. Movement. Where is sequence of play? Each player rolls a d10 to determine which side has the initiative. Note that the results of modified die. Player who won initiative then chooses which side will perform first movement,
Okay.
and the other side then following with second movement. The second movement is the same as first movement, but
So
and there's no.
our movement scale is horses are 12, footmen are 6.
It's written
And
on.
he's got.
Yep.
An extra 15. Oh wow.
They're on horses.
Ah! I have longbowmen on horses?
No, they're not longbowmen.
Because the longbowmen have a 12.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They're just fast.
They're just fast.
They're just fast.
The axe and the peasants have 12 as well.
Mhm.
Seems like a pretty
Yeah.
standard speed since knights are fast
I have
and
swordsmen.
swords.
I don't have swordsmen.
Huh?
Why'd you give me the stats on swordsmen?
You're swordsman.
Oh no.
I thought you had 2 militia.
No, I have 2 reluctant militia, 1 set of knights, and longbowmen.
Long,
You're swordsman?
That's what I thought.
You have knights, cavalry,
Uh-huh.
there's swordsmen, militia, longbowmen.
Oh, so you should have.
Oh,
I don't have a unit.
you need swordsmen.
Bad DM. Bad DM.
Your cavalry, swordsmen, longbowmen, axemen, and peasants.
Yep.
You need a set of 12 swordsmen.
Okay, so forget all that. We're not actually done because you're supposed to see where my swordsmen are before you act.
Probably doesn't matter.
It depends. How many swordsmen do I have?
12.
12?
Yeah. You have a
So
unit of
about
12
this
swordsmen.
side, I believe. X-Men do have 12, yeah.
And I don't want to get these confused. So I'm going to give you the Draconian and Monster
Draconians.
as swordsmen.
I'm really fucked now.
He has Draconians. Can I have the orcs?
These are my purple dragon knights. Just give him more morale, why don't you? I do like that they made that
Let me give you another one.
Thing in 5th ed?
I think purple dragon knights right now.
I think they dropped the title dragon. So just purple knights. I think they're no, they might be
Purple dragon knights are typically fighters led by paladins. Typically.
They're morale troops, from what I can understand from 5th ed.
They have extremely high morale. They're a knighthood that was designed to protect the innocent.
And your swordsmen can be regular formation.
Yes.
They can be. And they can switch.
I'm just choosing.
Okay. Yes, thank you for letting me know that you have swordsmen.
Hi! This was about to be a lot harder for me.
You're so cute. And again, there's no like pre-measuring for like ranged attacks. And if you're declaring you're going to move, you then can move that distance. So yeah, no like pre-measuring.
Almost made a mistake. Ah. It's like, I'm missing it. Where is it? There it is.
Going forward for me is good.
Interesting.
Those are your swordsmen? Are they regular or irregular?
They should be regular in this kind of.
Do you have something that can be irregular only? Did I mark that?
Yes, the peasants here.
Yeah, my peasants are. You just made my orcs really irregular.
I'm going to put parentheses I, just to note that they can only be irregular. Oops, I just moved a mountain. A hill. I moved a hill. I have the power.
It could be a mountain. You just don't see the whole thing.
This one?
Hills can theoretically be mountains. You just don't see it all. It's a thing. It's just not quite a thing. Typically, we only call the ones that are fully out of the ground mountains. However, the rock formation can effectively be a mountain.
And I'll sequence of play, morale checks.
I should play more Mountain Blade too.
I have no idea what that is.
It's an army game.
Mountain Blade 2.
Basically, make a person get an army together. Fight on enemies.
Basically what we're going to be doing. Okay. With that knowledge, change what you did.
Or not.
Then we should probably ignore it.
What?
Because under the circumstances in which we don't, that may change his mentality.
I mean, initiative was still rolled, and
Yes, but now he knows where it is.
oh yeah,
That's what I'm talking
okay, I understand.
about. The impact of knowing that you don't go first may change where you want things. Yeah. It still sticks, but it doesn't go over the edge anymore.
Yeah.
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay. Then yes, let's redo initiative.
It's a 1.
You're going first? Or are you choosing?
You may choose.
You go first.
Okay. So you have first movement. You do lots of things with first movement. You do all your moving in first movement. Oh, what? That's crazy talk.
Yes.
So I believe you do all your movement first,
Mm-hmm.
and then Giovanna, you'll do all your movement.
Movement is the last one.
Yes. Morale. Morale level.
Health, armor rating, attack die.
12 inches. Ah.
But you couldn't measure before. Or is that just for shooting?
This is for movement, yeah. That's just for shooting. That should be. There. That far down the thing. There.
Starting at 345.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that curve is 9 inches. That's good to know.
Oh, so the full thing would be like 18?
Yep. And this portion is 3.5 ish.
For a wheel?
Yep.
Wheel movement?
So you want to flip them up?
Just no, not that one.
Not that one?
That's a bridge.
That's a bridge.
Yep, those are fours.
Ah, I see.
Okay.
So this does not impact movement. Those do.
Yes.
Yes. That is the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very wonky river.
So I'll lose 2 inches of movement, aligning myself with the river. There, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes. Wait. Let me just toss them turn.
I think you can move like just a corner piece, and then bring you guys up. Whatever's easier.
Shifting a little close to the river and back a bit because I didn't incorporate that.
That's 1 unit moved.
Can I reasonably move an inch to the side and then forward? Or is that not officially in the rules?
You can move at a 45.
You can move at 45. Yeah. So it should be, and then measured from center?
Not from the corner back.
From the corner guy?
Yeah. And then it would be that corner.
So that corner is where that corner is.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Facing
9,
the same
10,
way.
11, 12.
Yep. So you
Yeah, that's good.
face the corner there, and you still be facing this
Yep.
way.
So he is there.
Okay.
They. That's bad. place.
Right at the lip.
Right at the lip.
Yeah.
It's minorly inconvenient. But
Oh, look at that. Smart idea. You can do some of this if you need to.
Do it. Definitely have to go further up. It seems. Yeah, it'd be easier to do it on this
just
side.
wander off the edge of the world, come back. It's a completely normal thing that armies do. At least in the shotgun clan.
Shotgun.
Your shotgun. Shotgun.
No, there's apparently a shotgun clan.
A shotgun clan?
Yep. I made that mistake earlier, and then he was like, wait, I didn't show you guys that clan? I'm like, wait, what? 2 troops. 2 units, I should say.
And any irregular form of movement in a regular group costs double, right?
Yes.
Okay. So a wheel would be included in that?
Correct. I believe. Well, maybe not. That is a good question. Let me go look at wheel. Facing front, irregular change in front. Wheeling maneuver. Space gap. Expand.
Max people, rear, max nurse.
Facing in several directions. Change direction.
Or is wheel only technically cavalry? Even though theoretically the measurement of the
I don't think it's just cavalry. Changing frontage. You're not changing frontage. How do you try to find the cost? Oh, a wheel combination of a move and a turn. Instead of simply changing the direction of facing while remaining in the same location. A unit that performs a wheel change direction and location at the same time by pivoting along an arc. The movement cost of wheeling is the distance moved by the figure furthest from the pivot point. This is one case where a flexible measuring device is handy.
Okay.
That's the illustration, yeah. So it doesn't sound like that.
It doesn't cost you any extra movement. It's just you. It costs the inside curve. Basically, what happens.
It costs the inside the same as the outside.
Yes. Which is fine.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Yeah. It makes sense. Half of your units are moving more than the other half, or not half.
Well, it's theoretically half of the units are moving more, half the units are moving tighter, and therefore more carefully.
Yeah.
Theoretically. Because this is also groups of 20 units, or 10 units.
Even if it's not careful to
So this
stay
is
in the unit, it would have
240 people doing this.
True. At the same time, even if it's not necessarily more careful movement, which it probably is, to stay with information, you'd still have to move less.
Yes.
Well, thank you. Well, appreciate that. Oh, it's good.
So, that
Oh, Vikings won.
18, 3.5.
Were they against backers?
So if I move a half inch forward and then do the wheel, I'm using my full movement. So if I move that far forward, I can go to the end of that red spot.
Oh, this is gonna be really fun with our troops.
The really fun part is when the DX's troops get involved.
Mm-hmm.
Flying shit.
Those are intermediate and advanced rules that I have not learned yet.
I mean, if a lot of our battles are about routing forces.
I mean, this one certainly is.
Yes, it is. I mean, the ones that our characters are. Who
So
knows?
this red part is just 11 inches.
Seems like a general way of winning, unless it's a siege.
I can't do a 45-degree movement because that would put 4 of my troops in the river.
Oh, yeah, don't do that.
I'm glad I had you go first.
You can move forward first.
To learn.
I can move forward and then do a 45-degree movement, but I think it's simpler in this case to do a wheel.
Okay. Follow along the river edge, the river bank.
So I should be at that's 11 inches of movement. I should be just at the rear end of the front ranking horses.
Oh, I shouldn't have put my swords in.
They do move slower.
What angle did I move? You can't really bypass.
And they should be
Fine.
this way.
No, one unit cannot go through another unit.
Here. Okay.
Should put that.
And
So 8 inches. Okay. I'm learning too. Practical application.
Mm-hmm. This is how I've learned how to play all these systems of games so far.
you're up.
You can talk my ear off all day.
Here you go.
I will learn less than half as much as actually doing it. Okay, so swords have a movement of 9.
What I'm thinking is we get some of
And
those.
that is 12.
This is
So you know
12.
those really cheap things they do for like badges and stuff for lanyards, where it's basically a stretchy string with a couple metal bits at the end, or we can do shoelaces. Shoelaces would work too.
Mm-hmm.
Just get some shoelaces.
You put a little
Mark.
indicator every inch.
Yep.
Something there. That could work.
And just
So what's
You can go up to you can go up to a 45-degree angle, which is this. That's 45 degrees.
in the middle.
Yep.
Would it be?
So
It could be either
you
this
can
one.
line the edge up and first straight.
Yeah.
And you can go this up to that, but you're still facing the same direction.
Mm-hmm.
And this is 12. Each one is 1 inch. Yeah, so each second is an inch. Okay. Yeah, like
I remember my race.
they have all their they have actual figures on bases of like 2 or 3 like sets. And figures are a little easier to move than little tokens.
Well, the key thing is bases are easier to move in formation
Yeah.
than tokens.
So is that supposed to be a regular formation?
Yes, I'm just.
Okay. Okay.
Cavalry can move 15.
Another thing we could do is just have like tiny little square tokens to put on the edge of formation as an R on one side and an I on the other.
What?
Regular.
Oh, regular. Yeah.
That way we don't have to worry about making sure they're precisely all the time.
I have some blank status tokens. We can do that.
Where's
Okay. Looks good.
Just tell me if I'm doing anything wrong.
I'll try.
I
He'll have to notice it first.
Yeah.
Definitely not trying to cheat if I cheat.
Also, you can cross the ford. It just costs 3 inches per inch, and the fords are about 3 inches long, so it would take 9 inches of movement. It's only one inch wide, so you have to go into a column.
Changing formation costs what?
Depends on how much you're changing.
For instance, turning my archers into a column.
Column formation unit that is capable of assuming regular formation can be arrayed in a column, which is a specialized type of regular formation. The column is made up of many ranks. One cannot be wider than 3 inches. Exception.
I'm not using my full movement here.
Column formation. A unit in column formation contains advantage of special column movement bonuses. It can snake freely.
Ooh.
Unit.
Does not pay movement cost for wheeling. That's interesting.
Unit that
So you measure by the inside guide for wheeling in a column.
not sure about that. Does not pay any movement cost for within changing direction of candidates. You're not gonna go get your meal?
You go get food? You want to go get food? You want me to go remind you that there's food? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Just go upstairs and get some food.
It's time to win it. He's gone. Kill all his forces. No, don't move all. 1. Then you.
How to change direction.
This might be rough. Should move these guys first.
I'm not sure what it costs to go into a column. Maybe
It
it's
should be just be a changing formation.
Changing frontage. Formation.
Switch back and forth between regular.
It would be a matter of frontage.
Peasants can go 12 as well. Let's see if we can make this one.
Move. Direction. Facing moves of directions.
This might be equal.
See if combination. Maybe much better. Performance move.
I think you're gonna run into yourself.
Change the frontage right here. Frontage can be extended or contracted by moving figures into or out of the existing front row, and a movement cost of 1 inch for each figure that is realigned.
Ooh.
I didn't.
Wow, that's expensive.
I didn't take full movement on this. Can I go at an angle and then forward?
Yeah.
What?
I didn't take full
Yes.
movement on my
Yes, you can.
archers. Okay.
I think you can only
Angle and then move.
you can do your movement for a unit.
At once. It's just I was
Like you can't move some and then another and then back
right.
to that
This
one.
was the last one I moved.
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't officially moved anything here.
Yeah.
I was just seeing,
Mhm.
and then it was like,
So yeah,
it work.
They can still do a little sidestep.
Little fun. So
movement to get here.
Yep.
to change your frontage, it's a cost of 1 inch per figure. So in the case of that, it would cost 4 inches.
Okay.
Or 2 if you have a 3 frontage column.
Yes. However, that wouldn't actually give you much.
Yeah. That is.
If you want to like cross a ford, It's one medium and one wide.
Yeah.
You might want to get two small across. But yeah, one medium. No, smalls I don't think can do those. It's too deep. It's like chest height on a medium creature.
All right, we are done moving. I don't think our archers are within range to shoot at each other.
Doesn't look like it.
7 inches? No.
Well, 7 inches is short range.
Short range. Oh.
It is 7, 14, 21.
I see.
Short, medium, long.
Then we should go through the initiative process.
Yep.
Looks like it's what, long range? Maybe?
Possibly long range. Second movement. Melee combat. So, Giovanna, you can declare an attack. Not supposed to.
Okay, we're just trying to figure out
But yes.
If we can even.
if it's even plausible.
That we can shoot each
We
other
are
right now.
we are attempting to determine what is
the range.
the range that we need to eyeball.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7.
Okay.
Which means, yeah.
You're right.
No. Definitely way too far.
We can expend our arrows to shoot at the ground in front of each other.
At medium range, you get half your attack dice, and at long range, you get a third of your attack dice. And that's noted here, missile combat. So,
Unfortunately, at extreme range, we get basically nothing.
yeah,
Yeah.
extreme range, nothing. Because, man, we can't reach each other. Too far away.
You know, that's beautiful. Not necessarily get this type of mat, but get something. But get a full cloth cover.
Yeah, it
That's
makes
just
it.
the base. So even if there are bumps, we can still kind of go, neat.
Yeah.
That's a good thought.
That would work pretty well with minis. Would not work well with these.
It depends on what you get.
Yeah.
Like a higher thread count cotton,
Of the mat.
you'll smooth, you'll float right over something like this.
So now I think this round's done.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can make charge declarations.
I can make.
Because you lost initiative, you
Have to
were
make
the first one to make charge declarations.
All right.
And you get 50% bonus movement.
Yeah.
But
I don't get to measure that.
no, you don't get to measure it. And if you don't encounter an opponent, you have to make another morale check, I believe.
Okay.
So it is bad if you charge and don't encounter an
Morale
enemy.
is the
Morale you want to be high.
the morale stat
Yes.
is ML.
Yes. Morale level. Or
Okay.
morale. And MV is movement.
I know MV. Morale is a different thing than
Yep.
what I'm used to doing.
Yeah.
H is your
And
hits.
it's a D10,
2d10 is a morale check.
2D10.
2d10. Not d100, 2d10.
So that would be, I can roll 2D10 and get 15 or less to avoid any penalty.
I believe so.
If I charged with my knights and didn't encounter anyone.
First, you have to do a charge initiation check to see if you can actually charge. And then at the end of the charge, if you don't meet someone, there's a problem with that. Opportunity performing a charge. Charge range. When an enemy must do so. So if you declare them to charge, they must charge. The player cannot change his mind later.
Can you
if
charge
all
with
enemies
ranged
use-
attacks?
Your range didn't
You could
have-
move and make a ranged attack.
But I think you'd still have the charge
No,
the
you're not.
morale penalty at the end.
You have to come into melee
You
combat.
have to come to melee combat? Okay.
I would show
That would be really weird.
Yeah, I think
all
you can
enemy
do it, but
units
you have the morale.
Yeah, I'd have to make a
Yeah.
move out of charge range. The charge range unit must still move forward towards the designated charge and become shaken.
That just makes your archer ogres even better. Because they can just increase their movement by 50% by charging every round and never have to make a morale check.
Oh my god, I'm gonna be so good.
Well, no, it's not a morale check at the end. They become shaken. If
Oh, I see.
if you
So
don't encounter them.
don't have morale checks, but I can still have shaken.
Yes. You can still get... So, the shaken condition applies to a lot of things that don't have to do with fear in this game.
Okay.
Or in this version of it.
Right.
Because I can also apply the shaken condition by exhaustion. Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's like there are other things that can apply the shaken condition. The shaken condition is just their catch-all.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Um,
Darn.
Yeah, you wish.
I do wish. You're the one who brought it up.
But no, it's not another check. It's you become shaken.
Okay.
And only a good unit can charge.
And everybody starts as good.
Yes, everyone starts is good until you lose someone. The first person you lose, morale check.
I will not be declaring any charging actions.
Giovanna?
Nope.
Okay.
Initiative then?
Initiative.
War.
Yep.
Okay.
Or versus. Or do I choose?
You choose who does their movement first.
Yeah.
He's going first.
Yep. Oh, okay. I didn't say that loud enough. I did say it, just not loud.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, that's my fault. I must have mumbled it.
Okay.
I am moving first.
Okay. What you doing?
Moving.
Interesting.
Probably is. Where I want to move.
Remember,
Keep in
this
mind,
is
you can still declare a charge after you start moving.
yes.
Morale check, right?
A check and a negative to it, I believe. An undeclared charge.
Yeah. Like a -2 morale check.
Forming charge. Charge range. Opportunity charges. Step on the turn. Unit's morale rating modifier is -2 for the purpose of this check. Check's failed. A unit that has been designated to make an opportunity charge must make a charge initiation check. If no charge was declared for the unit during step 1, so you make an opportunity charge, but you get a -2.
Yep.
For your charge initiation check, which is a morale check, but
And
it's
an
type of
opportunity
morale check.
charge is I stop your movement to do mine. Do the thing.
An opportunity charge is a charge performed by a player during his opponent's move step in reaction to an enemy unit's movement. The unit can make an opportunity charge if all of the following conditions are met. The charging unit has not yet moved during the current turn. The target unit is about to move, has been moved, or has changed facing or frontage. And the opportunity charge is declared during or immediately after the target unit's move, before any other enemy unit is moved or reoriented. So it has to be like as he is moving something.
Yep.
You say, I'm doing an opportunity charge, and you go.
Yep.
You get a -2 if they had not been designated to make a charge.
Yes.
And there are like bonuses for armor rating. If being attacked from
Yeah,
flank.
that one was a bit of a stretch. Fix the river, and please don't break the river again, because that's changing the field of battle, dude. Severely. It was like there.
Was it?
So like if you're being attacked from the flank, if you're at lower elevation, if you're being attacked from the rear, your armor rating goes up, which is bad. If you're at higher elevation, and if you're in favorite terrain, your armor rating goes down, which is good. And then your attack dice change. Each figure in a charging infantry unit, cavalry unit, in each figure in a unit needing a charge with set spears, pikes, or other pole arms. You guys don't have any of that, so there's no setting against charge. go around the hill.
And what's the cost of changing frontage?
1 inch per figure changed.
Okay, so it's the that's the same cost as changing which direction your whole thing's facing.
Changing direction is
Does that change? Does that make the formation go like this, or does that just change the direction you're facing?
that changes the direction you're facing. That's 2 inches
Okay.
for changing. 4 for an irregular unit.
Gotcha. And changing frontage would also be 2 per.
No.
No.
It's still just
Okay.
1.
Just 1.
Yeah, changing frontage is just 1.
Okay.
Oh, spacing and frontage for irregular units. Irregular units pay double the regular cost for changing and facing. 4 inches to perform a left face or right face turn, and 8 inches for an about face. Must maintain at least half the unit ranks and has figures to frontage. Its facing or frontage cannot be changed in such a way the unit would violate this restriction. The unit must pay necessary change in frontage before it can undertake any other kind of movement.
Hi there.
You
This is not a place to play.
You want to play in the river, in the meadows of battle.
Yes. Wants to destroy the battlefield. Yes. I put you in a different place. Against your will.
Did your thoughts get trimmed yesterday? Are they not needles anymore?
What?
Hunting utensils.
You have dulled his ability to hunt? Very sad.
I helped, but kind of.
It's okay, you're still the best hunter in this house.
Yep. I believe if you are in an artillery unit or a missile unit, you can do half your movement and still be able to fire. I think that's the thing. You can do up to half of your movement and still be able to fire. I will confirm that. Attack eligibility. Moon rule. Use their missiles during a turn within the rules. Can only attack enemies in and wide. Targets must be within range of the missile. Express. Only determination of target area.
Are you changing facing there? Or
No,
Two
no, I
rows.
just counted it out to get a reference.
There should be a movement and firing. Combat, range, elevation, direct.
That's not needed.
Not moving.
Elevation. I thought there was something that says that. Sight.
Also make tokens for good, shaken, rounded.
Awesome.
Good, shaken, pull it away for rounded. Or put shaken, rounded on a token and then just add it to whatever it needs to be.
Okay. That's pretty good.
See, I don't really have that much.
Maybe it's in like movement.
And then your peasants are kind of stuck there.
Move the peasants this way. Switching up.
You don't want your longbowmen closer to the river?
No,
Firing units move.
I want more things in front of the longbowmen
Uh,
before they're close to
unit cannot use more than half of its movement out allowance during this step, except archers on horses. Bows not fired during the same turn. So you can go half your movement and still fire during the movement stages, and then later. Or not again? Cannot use more than half. Unless armed or opposed, the unit cannot have fired missiles previously during the same turn. Okay, so it sounds like you could still move and then fire again. Fire twice in a turn and not twice in the same step. Not in contact with an enemy. Fire, contact, but other figures in the enemy are still free to do so. Interesting.
No. I'm just going to be up there and be curious.
Before it moves or after it completes its move, or if you're stationary, anytime during the movement step, that player
When you want it, play with it.
So you can fire before or after your half movement. So it chooses part of its movement, allow it to fire its weapon, and then continue. So you can fire, move, fire, move, move.
I think I have
Up to half your movement allowance.
Okay.
Because I didn't do the full.
So basically, half of your movement does not impede shooting.
Correct.
If you take the other half, you can't shoot.
Correct.
The second.
During the movement step. During the missile attack, you kind of stop.
That's basically.
Done with
And
your.
that includes any use of movement.
Yeah,
That,
that is
right?
my movement.
So even if you're not necessarily moving,
Oh, yeah.
Um,
You can only use up to half your movement allowance.
is this blocking from artillery?
For most of them, yes.
Except for maybe like in this line.
Yes. So, like, these two might be able to fire. It all depends on line of sight.
Mhm.
But yes, you cannot see past them. Or you can't see past them.
Likewise, it looks like his can't see past his peasants.
Unless you do indirect fire.
yes. Indirect fire is a thing, it just costs you half your attack.
Yeah, half your dice. You can fire over a friendly unit.
Not
And that
working.
is half of your original dice, or do we consider half of half?
No.
Which way did we figure that out?
What do you mean?
Like if you're at medium range and you're indirect fire,
Oh,
is that half of half or half and half so you get nothing?
half of half.
Half of half.
I'll go
These
with
like
that.
right here.
Half of half.
Yep.
So if you have 4, and you're doing at medium range, then that's 2.
And you're doing indirect fire,
that's
you
1.
might.
This is the nerdiest iteration of tabletop we've done yet. I love it.
Yeah, this is
Says the guy who ran Rick and Morty.
That's not pop culture. It's normal.
Says the guy who ran Rick and Morty.
You had fun.
I didn't say it wouldn't be fun.
It was a good time. Good time. Oh yeah.
The door. Let's take a little bit. I don't trust the whistling.
Never trust the whistling.
Never trust whistling. Nobody who whistles is safe. So it looks like because this, just past this red mark, is 15. So I've got all the way I can go to there if I want. But I don't want to. I want to be 2 inches short of that. So there, and then alter facing.
You do that. Move and then change face.
About face? No, about face is different.
About face is 4.
4?
Change face is 2.
Okay. So But I can split up my change faces. I can split up my change faces.
What do you mean?
I can do 2 inches this round. Change face.
Mhm.
So I can finish my about face next round.
Oh, yes, yes,
That change face.
yes.
Figure out to do that.
So you're preparing for him to come across the bridge?
What are you talking about? That makes no sense.
Has he won yet?
Huh? What?
No,
How would I
yes.
win?
That would be impressive.
I would be very impressed.
I mean, you can give up, and then you win.
You can
It's our
surrender.
lands.
You are fully capable of surrendering.
Oh,
I welcome you to do so. That would be a
changing.
change in face.
Yes, so that would cost you an additional.
That would be the 2
movement.
inches.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I went short and how far I could go. Just like
Yeah. So you did the wheel and then you changed
yes.
space, so it's 2
Correct.
inches. Yep. Cool.
Hi. Waving with lances.
And keep in mind the charge range rules.
Yes.
So half your movement up to 6 is not chargeable.
Yep.
And then 2 movement and a half.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
What I'm doing will make a lot more sense once you see my next move.
Yeah.
Alright. So. Wrong side of the stick. That side of the stick is not very useful.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. All the way to the bridge would be exactly 12.
You have to change your information to get over it. Right?
To get over it.
Yes, I would have to change my formation to get over it. And I can go up to 45 degrees.
Yes. While facing the same direction.
And that would be this line using this as the start.
Yes.
Cool. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. So that should be 6. Annoying. Look at my little heart, isn't it pretty? Anyways. It's their pink, they get the little things. Human. If they're humans. All of mine are humans. No, I've got draconians.
Right.
Because you got the swordsman.
Mhm.
No, you orcs.
Orcs.
They do not have the stats of orcs.
So wait,
Oh.
my elf archers don't have the
I
stats of
accidentally gave you an orc bowman. No
Yes.
wonder Hans is facing backwards.
He's a 2. He's got a 2 in his arm.
It gives you no benefits or detriment.
It's just a moving error. Those are the ones I.
It's got an orc bowman.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's just a two-handed.
Two-sided sword.
Decided to use it. Oh no, it's a word blade.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
You got the edgy figure.
You have the edge lord.
10 of them. Apparently.
10 edgelords, yep.
Okay, so it's an inch of movement per moving figure in the formation
Yes. To change frontage.
to change frontage. But that doesn't change the direction they're facing in purpose of ranks, correct? That doesn't change the direction they're facing in the purpose of how many ranks you have and what ranks are. What are ranks?
That doesn't. I don't believe that changes. That won't change facing.
Okay.
Changing face is a separate measurement.
So my real question is, per se, if I did this.
Oh. Oh, no.
He fell in?
He fell in.
Oh no. Let me get you a replacement.
No, I just killed one.
I mean, tokens that fall off the edge of the map. We can pretend that you just have
He broke his
an extra
ankle.
one. Take one from the back.
Yeah, so there is a guy here.
Yeah, there is a guy there until one of your front guys dies, and then you put him there. Oh, so you took 2 movement to do that?
So that would cost 2 inches.
Yeah.
Would it then cost me 4 inches to make this my frontage?
And that is your frontage.
That is.
Well, this guy would have to turn in order to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frontage.
Yes.
I don't think you can do that because you'd have a very irregular frontage. And
It's an irregular formation.
an irregular unit must have half as many ranks as it has frontage.
That would be my main problem. Because then my second rank would be these guys. That would be 6, but that would be. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't think an irregular unit can do that.
An irregular unit can't do that under the circumstances in which I currently have. Right. Right, then they're just going to very carefully. I'm not going to lose anybody into the pit of doom.
Pit of doom!
Doom!
This is the Doom song. Doom, 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 doom. I'm not going to sing.
It's a
2x2 bridge?
That is
not by 2.
That is a 2x5 bridge.
2 wide.
Yep. So that's 3, hold that 4 inches.
An hour and a half and we haven't seen each other at all. Tis war.
Yep. 'Tis war. That's very war. So I think my ideal scenario is to just move diagonals.
A lot of rules involved just move it anyway.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Mr. Cube was whistling.
Yeah, careful with this one.
Fortunately, I didn't have enough to actually change my
Yeah, pretty much think of irregular units as blobs.
how does line of sight work?
You probably can't see over the bridge. You can't see through your own units or enemy units.
I can't see over the bridge.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say it's A, because that's a 50-yard bridge.
Yeah.
It's got arc of it.
Okay.
Can you see on top of the bridge?
And this is an inch above. You can see the top of the bridge. We can't see past the bridge.
So that would mean I need 2 inches to change facing, 1 inch to change frontage.
You could do indirect fire.
I know that.
Okay.
I'm determining what my best option is. Under the current circumstances, I have probably 1 guy, maybe 2 or 3 guys. My frontage is there, so my front 2 ranks can attack, which means I only get 6 attacks, maybe 5.
And for example,
The indirect fire,
the guys who have
so that'd be 3.
direct fire
3.
would get them, and then you would count the indirect fires separately.
Gotcha.
So that and that.
That would still leave me with 3 and 3. Just because the only guy who might be able to get direct fire is Yellow.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't say that the bridge was blocking the line of sight at the start.
I could have asked, I didn't.
X. How you
Morning.
doing?
We're testing out some Battlesystem.
I know. I've been listening.
Ah.
It's recording, so you can watch.
So what's your break? Did I break?
I heard something. I'll let you break.
Oh, Marmalade knocked the top of the tower down
Yeah. So a couple.
because he decided that the spikes were excellent places to scratch his face.
Other piece.
Yep, the crenellations.
One further back.
Yep.
And one of the crenellation broke off. Another one is broken and bendy.
It's fine. All you really have to do is repaint it.
A little bit, yeah.
It's a little dilapidated from a bunch of undead. Probably this piece, I think.
Sorry.
I don't know if that was there before. It'll look cool painted.
Nope. I'm gonna get better shots the other way. I'm gonna be able to get 3 more inches, which means I should be able to get most of my frontage into a direct line of fire. You're gonna like this. Tons, let me tell you. All right, so finish moving my. So I need 3 inches to do my thing, which means I can finish moving 3 inches this way. There.
Conveniently, 45 degrees is half the 90. These tokens are square.
Conveniently. So that's my actual movement. That is more than half, so I don't get to shoot this round.
Oh, you don't get to shoot during your movement.
Yes. I don't get to shoot during my movement action. Yes.
Still use your attack in normal place.
However, if I am changing my frontage, then my facing.
Okay.
I'm changing my frontage to put 1 guy from here to here, and then my facing to direct outwards from the empty position.
So that was 1 inch and then 2 inches.
2 inches to change facing.
So that's a total of
So
3
I,
inches.
so I have a total of 2 ranks available to fire from, which should be
Nice.
That'll be indirect fire. I don't think I think I might get one direct fire. Not. Yeah, maybe one direct fire.
Measurement would be from this point.
That point only?
Yeah.
Okay.
Middle of your frontage.
Middle of my frontage.
That's,
Okay.
That determines the distance.
So yeah.
No fire.
So it'll all be indirect fire. However, I do get all 12 of them in indirect fire at whatever range that ends up being.
This turn?
That'll be in combat turns.
Okay. Yeah, he's still.
I still got these guys.
Yeah, melee combat goes back and forth, and then ranged happens.
I keep doing that.
So 1 unit at a time. Players take turns firing eligible units to all action made. So it's initiative back and forth.
That should give me enough.
What are you doing?
Huh?
What were you
Stuff
doing?
and things and things and stuff.
Messing with him, so they come this way, kind of, and he really set a paw like this.
Yeah. These guys are not touching. They're just an irregular formation. I will be antsy about it later.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And they just do a forward march to.
You move left and right.
At a 45-degree angle, yes. And
Alright.
if you want to do it otherwise, you have to change your facing. For irregulars, that's 4 inches of movement. For regulars, that's 2.
Yep.
Okay. What's the benefit of a regular formation going to irregular formation?
You can pass through some things easier.
Yes.
A regular formation cannot go through specific terrain.
Gotcha. Okay. Makes sense. All right. I believe we are now done with movement.
Yes. Seems like it.
Okay. And no ranged attacks were.
Done in the
No
movement.
ranged attacks happen in the movement.
Yep.
So now it's melee. There's no one in melee. Missile combat. You can choose
Indirect fire?
to fire first.
Indirect fire to knights.
Okay. You can
Uh,
fire.
What is that? Long range?
You can fire.
It might be just
4.
out of reach.
You can fire 4 people. Because you're facing this way. So I will measure this for you.
Okay.
It
That
is.
is what, 12 inches? A little bit more than 12 inches, 13, 14? Looks like it's medium.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. About 13 inches away.
Okay, so that's
So
medium
that's
range.
medium range.
Okay.
Oops. And. Oops, I moved the river.
You have the prerogative to do so. Leave you
I missed.
So you may have up to 7 people fire.
So
So this guy is fully within range.
Okay.
Let's see if this guy is. Yeah. He seems to be within range of that as well. Well, within direction of firing. So it looks like all of your guys are eligible to hit this unit.
in the range.
However, only his. So that's not your
So
full rank.
7.
Well,
This
you're
is
right.
because you're
Sure.
facing this forward.
Yeah, because these guys.
These are your only 2 front ranks. The other
So-
2 the other 2 ranks can't shoot.
Yeah, you may fire with those 7, but because you're in indirect, it's half, and because it's medium, it's half. So 7 divided by 2, in this case, is 4. Divided by 2 is 2.
So I
So you
roll
get
2d10.
2 attack dice. So your longbowman, 6. You get 2 d6.
The 2 5s. And those are the same horsemen, knights?
So 5 to 6, so 2 5s. 4 5 is 1 hit per.
So I got 2 hits.
You got 2 hits.
So one of your knights is down 2, so it has 1 hit.
So 5 and 5. Yeah, so 5 and 5 is
Two
total
hits.
2 hits.
Yep.
You roll 2d10.
Oh, yes, to
So a 4
Okay.
and an 8.
So one of your knights is down by 1 hit.
1 hit.
Okay, so grab a d6.
Remind me to bring my block.
This unit has
Ah.
1
Oh, it should have 2.
hit damage on it.
Remind me
Oh,
to
1
bring my
damage.
Shadowrun blocks and leave them here for AD&D.
Okay.
Battlesystem. You know all those tiny little dice I have?
Ah,
Those
I have,
millions of tiny little dice.
I have some. Like 20 of them.
You have millions of tiny little dice?
Not millions. I have like 26.
I have 60, I think. Maybe more.
There are also my hammer swing die. Because I need a lot of d6s for that game.
So you did 1 successful hit on them.
Yep.
Because armor negated 1.
That doesn't actually help.
What?
Because that's a notification I send away.
It'll remind me.
Okay. Now my shot.
Yes.
Looks like that.
All
Like
of them
the-
are in the proper appropriate arc. Well, no. Is my arc this? Because of the
It's-
direction of my formation?
No.
Or it's based on character?
Each individual facing.
Okay. I misunderstood that.
So those guys are facing this way, those guys are facing that way.
I don't know if I would have done that.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of smart, and then you pulled up your troops further. I'm like, huh?
So in this case, these 6 might be able to get them.
Yeah, but see, originally I had 8 that could have shot them before I changed formation.
Okay.
And I could have also been closer.
Okay.
So I don't know if I would have done that.
We're learning.
Yeah. It's just, okay. So I can't actually make a formation that's based off of facing in a diagonal direction, which was my original question that I asked you. My facing is exclusively based on my squares and my characters.
I thought that was pretty good if I pushed up and your troops are still back.
So I got the same situation that you do.
Yeah.
So facing attack eligibility is per figure.
But I might be a little bit closer.
Distance is from the center. A center of your
1,
face.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
No, you'd be in long range.
Long range. How many
You
can actually
you
do?
can try long range.
So that's what, 1/2 and then 1/3, so I get 1.
Yeah, you would get 1.
2 hits.
Really?
What
You
do
rolled
I-
a 6?
Yep.
Nice.
What do I...
Against your against the medium cavalry. So roll
Yeah,
2d10.
And you want higher than 5s.
Yep. You want 4 or higher.
Oh, he's got better cavalry than me, too.
Apparently.
Yeah.
It's a 9 and a 4.
A 9 and a
4 or higher?
4.
No damage.
4 or higher. It just
You know,
bumps
he's
up
got
on-
better troops than I do.
They gave me the advantage because I'm newer. Not necessarily battle system, but tactical war
Yes.
games in general. I don't have.
You don't have the tactical their background that I do.
So I kind of just pushed my troops forward. And that was about it.
All right.
Movement phase?
Initiative.
Nope.
Yes.
Charge that correct.
Declare charge.
Who? So you went first.
Yeah. How do you?
You declare your charges first.
I am declaring one charge.
Which one?
Heavy cavalry or medium cavalry.
Your medium cavalry.
Yep.
Okay.
Your
medium
medium
cavalry
cavalry is charging?
Okay. That means your initiative gets -2.
Mhm.
Okay. Giovanna, are any of your units charging?
Yes, my heavy cavalry are also charging.
Medium cavalry.
Medium. My cavalry is charging.
Cavalry is charging.
Cavalry is also charging.
Though they're
Okay.
heavier than mine apparently. They have an AC of 4 instead of 5.
Ah. Alright.
Yep.
So we both get
They
-2 to
are
initiative.
I got an AR5.
Yep.
So we both get a -2 to initiative.
Correct.
So you will
Initiative.
5, 3.
Choose.
So who does their movement first? Am I ready? Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Do my movement first.
Okay.
So 15.
Now I have to wait until he's done moving the unit before I can declare that.
The opportunity
Yeah.
charge. I think.
Or is it in the middle?
I think you can declare that at any point. Opportunity charge. An opportunity charge is performed by a player during his opponent's movement step in reaction to an enemy unit's movement. A unit can make an opportunity charge if all the following conditions are met. The charging unit has not yet moved during the current turn. The target unit is about to move, has been moved, or has changed facing or frontage. So about to move, has been moved, or has changed facing or frontage.
Okay.
The opportunity charge is declared during or immediately after the target's units move, before any other enemy unit is moved. So I think he would have to finish his movement. I don't think he can do
Or
it.
he declares his frontage.
Or he changes something
Yes.
about it. So he has to finish a segment of his movement.
So changing frontage is not part of movement?
Changing frontage costs movement, and you can't do that in a movement. You have to stop moving, make the change, and then continue moving. So it's a segment. So I would say
That's
during
another
any,
thing I need to do slightly different.
any change would allow an opportunity charge. You can do a pass by fire at any point. Mid move,
Mhm.
say stop, I'm firing at you.
Yeah.
And then you have to determine, okay, what's the range, and all that.
Congratulations, Joanna. I'm a good person to blame the pandemic on. George R.R. Martin.
Oh yeah.
Why?
It's the creative Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah. Why?
He was supposed to have in January a book released.
Oh wow.
And if he wasn't, he was supposed to be locked up in a volcanic island by himself. So he didn't do that. So the world said, "Fuck you, everyone's quarantined." So he's been sitting quarantined in cabin writing. So it actually get it done.
So when the new Game of Thrones is out or done writing, maybe
Yeah.
we'll be done.
Yep.
Okay. So
So 7 years.
so do I have to do my charge first, or can I do other movement?
You can do other movement first.
Okay, that's good. So I know I have enough movement for this. Let's go back.
It doesn't actually say what all you can do in an opportunity charge. Free charge.
I'm gonna smoke a cigarette real quick. Yeah, it definitely is.
It'll make it quicker.
Since it's my turn.
Aha!
Uh-huh.
Target the unit is allowed to change frontage, change facing, or wheel before turn. At no movement cost? Woo! Wait, that's ridiculous.
I guess it's just considered part of the charge. But if you do the change of facing before you charge, I would say that allows for an opportunity to charge instant.
Yes.
Just because it doesn't cost any movement,
So I can still do what I was planning on doing.
Okay.
John, platypus can do weird.
The platypus?
Yep. I don't know the UV light that glows all kinds of colors.
Platypus. You thought we were normal? What's insignia of claws?
So what's going on right now? Middle of Joanno's
Yep.
movement?
He saw me looking up a rule and he decided to give me some time for it.
Okay. And charging must be done first.
Charging must be done first?
Mhm.
Oh, we were wrong.
Charging must be done first.
Charges happen first. Which I suppose makes sense.
I figured.
Charge first.
Okay.
And if you're doing a charge, you have to do a charge initiation check, which is 2d10 against your morale level.
That's really handy.
And if you don't get it, you don't charge.
Do that first.
There's a magic item that doesn't require attunement that just gives you +1 to attack and damage with
6 and 10.
16? Yeah. You're fine. Wait, no.
Is
You're not.
it has to be what's 14?
Well-
it has to be lower or higher? Lower.
Equal to or lower.
Ah.
Okay.
So I think that means you do not charge.
Does that provoke?
You might be
Good
able
question.
to move. You might be able to move still. You might just not be able to charge.
It's like does attempting to initiate a charge.
Declaring charges.
Charge! No!
No, because it had a specific list of things.
The unit can only complete a charge successfully if there are at least one enemy unit in its charge range. Once it's committed to following through on that charge unless it fails a charge initiation check, which charges the charge to be negated and discontinued at that point. The charging unit can change facing, change frontage, or wheel into a different position before beginning its forward movement, as long as this
Yep. So he
preliminary
failed
movement
to
is not
initiate the charge.
plus more than 3 inches. Yeah, so you guys don't charge. You tried, but couldn't.
But can I move?
Couldn't psych him up.
I would say yes, you can still move regularly. So now, onto your movement.
Okay.
You guys just don't charge.
Yeah, can I get the
Yeah, absolutely.
oops. Thank you.
Dimmer, dimmer. Dimmer, dimmer. And it's only 1 unit per melee, right?
What?
1 set of units per melee. You can't have multiple units dogpiling.
I think you can.
You can?
Like if you have one on the front and one on the flank or one on the rear. Yeah, okay. It's just they haven't been engaged yet. They haven't fought.
Alright, I'm going to attempt an opportunity charge.
Oh.
Yep. You get a -2 to the roll. Or a negative modifier to the roll, which is actually a +2.
Oh. Okay, so you did not charge there, so they didn't have to make a morale check.
No.
You moved,
Mhm.
okay, and you're trying to do an opportunity charge?
Yes.
Really? Okay, just making it clear.
I thought you said you're cavalry.
No.
He,
I said I declared a charge for them.
so
You can make an opportunity charge, you just get a negative modifier to the roll.
yeah, because you do not declare them to charge, you get a -2.
Yep.
Okay.
To your, you have a 2 penalty.
Yes.
So
So I need to roll 2d10 and get less than 9. That is not less. No, that is less than 9. That's a 1. So that's 4.
Nice.
that's a 9.
No, that's a 9. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
So,
I saw 1.
so that's a 9 and a 3, so that's 12.
It fails.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you get any other negatives from that. It's just you. It's like, let's charge. What? Oh, can't get everyone to do it.
Okay. Then I'll try a different one.
Different opportunity charge?
Or wait, no, because they can't charge with these.
Yeah,
Because they're already engaged.
They are irregular
Yes.
and they are engaged. So irregular cannot charge.
Oh, regular can't charge.
Irregular cannot charge.
Ah.
Okay.
Then I'm done.
Okay. So
Rest of my movement?
you tried.
I tried.
Yep.
Oh, I just moved. So I didn't.
Yep. Continue your movement. It is your movement step.
Well.
Now this. Right. Is his whole frontage engaged with my whole frontage here?
Only these two are in contact and can fight these two.
Yep. Okay, that's okay.
Because he doesn't have range.
Yep.
So only these two can fight these two.
And that also limits the amount of damage he can. Yeah. So if he gets more than 2 hits and I fail all of them, he can only kill those 2 guys.
Yes. Doors are opening in and out.
Yeah.
You think I'm gonna jump across the river?
Of course, these
Can you do that?
you can use a ford. You can't go into
There's
the
a
water.
fort right there, right?
You would forfeit your troops that go in the water.
I can't jump it? I'm a cavalry, what if I charge?
That's yards. An inch is 10 yards. A horse cannot jump 30 feet. This is not a Kona. It's in Ocarina of Time. Jump the bridge.
30 feet, maybe. 30 yards, not so much.
Yeah, 3 inches would be 30 yards.
I think that's 2 inches right there, so that'd be 60.
Yeah.
These guys can shoot in their movement.
Ah!
Or do I have to get
Declaring an opportunity charge.
What would happen first? Movement?
The second
strikes?
you move, the second you have done part of your movement, I can declare an opportunity charge.
Okay.
Like if you have changed face or you have finished a segment of movement. Who is charging? Who's that?
Ding ding.
What?
Are they able to charge through the bridge?
They can change their frontage as a part of a charge.
As long as it doesn't cost more than 3 movements. So you don't get a negative because you declared that they would charge.
Yep.
So no negative.
And I got a 3 anyways.
Yeah, 3. Nice.
So that charge is going to be happening.
Yes, that charge is happening right now.
Do it.
So you may change your facing as long as it doesn't cost 3 movements.
Can I change my frontage? I suppose that's the other thing. So I don't have to make contact with an enemy exclusively with the front of my unit, correct?
Say again?
I don't have to make contact with an enemy exclusively through the front of my unit in order to attack them, correct?
You can only fight where you're facing. And adjacent. You know.
So only my front row can fight.
Yes. You're like,
Okay,
this person cannot fight this way until he changes facing.
gotcha.
There are the movements if you want.
But if you have someone,
I have 100 and
Sure.
if you have someone come
I
here,
have 200. I have 22 inches to work with.
if you have
20,
someone,
23.
if someone ends up
That's
here,
around the same.
he can still attack them. So if you have someone here, you can still attack him.
Yeah.
But the side of your guy cannot fight.
This.
Despite that's the only way that horsemen ever charge. They can only charge at the beginning. Okay.
I'll have a morale check when he gets there. I have to roll
Yes.
below 12.
When they're 12 or below.
Yep.
When he's 1 inch away from you.
All right. So, changing facing, not frontage. I have 22 inches of movement. Things are happening.
Yeah. You've got plenty of room.
Oh yeah. Hi there, Mr. Archers.
Hello, Mr. Cavalry.
How are you today? Bad? I thought so.
Pretty good, actually.
In this exact moment, I think those front archers are very unhappy.
The front archers are for sure unhappy.
They're like, we don't like this. This is not how this was supposed to go. So I'm at 1 inch away. Make your morale check.
That's a 10 out of 12. I'm good.
That is a 10 out of 12.
Morale not become chicken.
Oh, we've been forgetting about unit bonuses. I got +2 for that. That wouldn't have been nearly enough, I think. Yeah, because I got like 13.
Oh, for the first opportunity charge you wanted
No,
to do?
I got a 12 and I needed an 11. Yes. We forgot to add in bonus ranks for morale.
Oh.
For specific units.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Forgot that.
So I was only 1 off on the Draconian charge.
Okay.
So you're lucky. That could have been very bad.
So for these guys, you changed facing,
Then
and frontage.
No.
Because you had 3 frontage, and now you're a 2 frontage.
Then I just changed frontage. And, well, yeah. And, yes.
So how much did that? You definitely had enough to still get there, but how much did that take? Wait, are you able to change frontage while you charge?
Yes.
And facing?
So that-
You're able to change both while you charge?
Okay.
So doesn't cost more than 3.
So technically, my ranks should be something like this,
But you can't.
but I can't get across
You
that.
can't get across. Unless it's 2. We'll allow it for right now.
Sure.
Just because
That'll be good.
Just because it happened.
That's stupid.
But I think you were.
I also screwed up my archery because of a roll like that.
That's true.
So I lost half of my shots.
So, like, I believe you were
Yeah,
three.
this was
way.
all based on the original mistake where I would have just completely done an about face and moved less instead of changing facing in the first place.
Or do you had 2, but 3D?
I had 2 ranks,
Yeah.
3 wide,
2 ranks, 3 wide.
and I was
Okay,
using a
hold on.
change in facing.
You were like this?
Yes, I was just using
Oh,
a change
then
in
yes.
facing as So
Okay,
that's just
yeah.
a change in
Yeah.
facing.
Yeah. Okay. No.
So in that case, a change in facing changes my frontage because
Yeah,
The regular ranks.
that only costs 2.
yes. So that's what I did.
Okay, but that was free.
Yes.
Okay, no, that
And
is
also, even if I had, it wasn't free. I had 22
Yeah.
inches to work with.
Okay.
So,
So you just charged over that bridge,
yep.
and we're now engaged.
Yep, I did not lose my morale check.
Okay, good.
I rolled a 10 out of 12. That's less than.
Yep. And remember your bonuses.
Oh,
I don't know what my bonus for.
I need to make another charge initiation.
Oh.
Yes, because I attempted to move across an obstacle. while charging.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Oh yeah. You get a plus.
No.
You get a +2.
That was a 19.
So that's a 6. Oh. So
Yeah, this is the part of the game where all of my really good rolls are going to start happening against me.
So you stop at the bridge.
I stop at the bridge, or I discontinue the charge at the bridge.
That's a good question.
You stop the charge at the bridge because you are then no longer charging, and it's not your turn to move. And that unit has moved. So something happened where you couldn't get your guys
Over
to
the bridge.
charge over the bridge
Okay.
and are stopped.
Those outside the bridge.
Horse is spooked.
So you didn't have to make that morale check.
Okay. So you're still behind Rich.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, terrain. I mean, an obstacle? Where's that?
It's right under charge initiation.
Here?
Right under charge initiation.
Oh, it attempts to charge. It's to cross an obstacle during its charge. I don't know if a bridge
You
like
do not
this-
consider a bridge an obstacle?
I don't think a bridge would be considered an obstacle. It's not like a fence
Okay.
or
So I'm here.
a hill.
But-
So I would say the bridge in this case doesn't. It's considered a more of a road.
Yeah.
You're going along that. Okay.
So
A
the fjord,
bridge is not an obstacle. It doesn't prevent your movement.
the fjord would definitely be an obstacle, but the bridge would.
Yes. A
Attempting to cross a ford while charging would count as an obstacle.
it would be shallow water. Cavalry can't. Only infantry can move through it.
Cavalry can't.
Cavalry
That's kinda
cannot.
weird. Okay.
So
The horse trying to go in like water this deep.
yeah, but
Which
the horses are way taller.
The horse should have an easier time than the
Yeah.
infantry.
I don't know. This unit cannot move through this type of terrain. Regular units cannot move through it.
I suppose it depends on the type of river typically, but I'm not going to argue with the rules. I'm just saying that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Unless it was like very shallow water, it would be.
See, the only major problem that horses would have is if the ground underneath that ford was too soft,
Maybe.
because weight distribution. All of their weight's on those 4 hooves, which would cause them to sink.
T4 can't. Infantry is the only thing that can go through shallow water. Yeah, that's relatively shallow water. You can't go through in a regular formation. You have to be irregular.
Does anything happen during the movement with the charge, or has that been it? Do I proceed? With
Nothing else happens during the charge.
You should.
I have just engaged your bowman in melee.
Yes, and that
Using-
resolves now.
So that resolves now?
I believe that resolves.
Well, pretend that these.
I thought that happened during melee.
Performing charge. Action is coordination check performed for preliminary maneuver that removes the defense distance from half. When an enemy unit is struck by a charging unit, the enemy cannot change front or facing north. Any further charge.
Yeah. So it'll just resolve in melee.
Okay.
Either way, I'm moving my pieces. So I move half of them.
Okay.
We can pretend they're not here if something happens. But not doesn't happen.
I think the only thing that seems to happen before
I think the archer unit could have done a pass by firing
as you
as you were charging? Could have, but didn't.
okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Right now, I know that.
No, because pass by firing is on my turn.
Yeah. You're interrupting.
Yes. I was interrupting his turn, not doing my turn.
Yeah, I guess they just finished moving.
Yeah.
Did they move their full movement?
They
No.
did.
They moved
Not full, but that's where they want to
they
go.
moved
That's where they
half
wanted
their
to go.
movement? Do they do
Not
more than half?
Sure. Actually, I think that's more than half.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they could
They were
fire
like half
during
half
point
here,
of
half here. Oh, these guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was their full movement.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, nope, couldn't play. Anyway.
I thought you meant peasants.
But
For some reason.
Okay.
those are two separate interrupt actions on other turns.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my movement.
That's all your movement?
Yep.
Okay, Alex, your movement.
Do I still get any kind of ranged fire during my movement?
Only if you move half your movement.
Only if
or
you.
less.
Yeah.
Right. That's what you were just saying.
And you're now engaged in
Melee.
melee,
Yep.
so they cannot
No ranged attacks.
Cool.
charge attack.
I'm not measuring rain. I'm measuring line of sight.
Okay.
So I can get some of the dwarves. That's me.
All right.
It's full line of sight on. Basically.
And then measurement would be taken from this point.
That point.
So from there, anywhere, it's just this. Ah, I see. So like for instance, you could have them move after the movement towards the river,
Mhm.
and then shoot. Even change their facing. I'm more than face that way.
That would cost me movement.
Yeah.
It would put me in a longer range.
Yeah.
Next turn.
But this should have, if I shift you, if I do a slight wheel that way, go to center mass, should have, that's not even a wheel, that's actually the direction I should have gone. Okay. So as long as I go there, I should have roughly half the group in line of sight of each half of my guys.
And their movement is sufficient.
12.
Yeah.
So half is 6.
Yep, that was about 6. Okay.
They're shooting
Okay.
at the orcs.
That works. Let's get a measurement for that.
And that is measuring from each individual one. So
No, the measurement is from
range measurement is from the center core of the group.
It's from the center of the
Okay.
frontage.
Okay. So that's
2, 4,
And that's
6, 8,
to
10.
the center of their frontage.
To the nearest thing. It looks
Nearest
like
thing?
11. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11.
Yep.
So 11 inches. That looks like medium range.
Yep.
But
No,
now,
nothing intervening.
now attack range is the 45 from. But
Got
it's not quite like that.
Yeah, I know. But it's all of them along the blue line. I've got even the farthest one gets
Still gets
most of them,
a good handful.
and then even the farthest one gets
Yeah.
So the farther part of the arc.
Okay. So I'd say your whole unit would be able to fire that.
Cool.
And this is medium range, so you get half your dice.
Yep.
And that is
12 units.
12, so you get 6 dice. That's a big one.
Hmm.
I got a whole bowl of D6s. There's like,
Yes, but they're not my dice.
they're not yours. They're everyone's. Anyone can use them. They're in the houses.
1, no, no, 1, 1, no. So 3 hits.
3 hits. Okay. Roll 3d10. Or roll a d10 3 times. Or 3d10.
Whatever your conversion are. That's a 10, that's a 10, and that's a 7.
Well, screw you.
Armor rating is 7.
So not hit. Above?
You want
Equal to or above.
equal to or above.
He's really good at armor rating ones.
Equal to or above.
You can have the best tactics in the world, but the dice can still fuck you.
Yeah.
Yep.
So your arrows plank off their armor. Good try.
That was
I still got the second shot.
Yes, you do.
Alright, rest of my movement.
Yeah, and your archers cannot make a pass by fire
Yes.
because they are engaged.
Is it only when charged that one cannot make changes in frontage? When charged, I know it says under charge that one cannot change, that your opponent cannot change their frontage. But does that include wraparound?
So wraparound is something else. These guys cannot wrap around. They're not a regular formation. So who are you asking about? These guys?
Yeah.
So they can't wrap around. But they,
That's a
you could, but they weren't charged.
They weren't charged, I know.
Yeah. So they could change their frontage.
They can change their frontage and facing?
Yeah.
Okay, that was what I asked.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they should be able to. Get a couple of your guys here, here, here. And then you have 5 people eligible to attack. Rather than
I have to be careful how I change my frontage for the purposes of how many ranks I have.
you've got a lot of features there.
Yes. But how many ranks I have and how many people I have in front are important, especially based on morale, which their morale is low.
Yeah.
So I don't want to change that too much. And I want to give room for the Draconians to come in.
I have this book as a PDF on the drive. You guys may access it.
Are we stopping at 6, by the way? Or when people get here?
Maybe like 6:30.
So
To have a
24.
enough break before 7.
My limit is plus
And we'll just all
Since
all
we're
take it off.
pretty much just starting combat, you got a lot of movement and facing moves now.
And now we're doing some fighting.
Yeah, and I'm about to.
So this is a good learning.
I'm about to start learning more about the facing rules and stuff like that in this next turn.
Yeah.
Because the engagement haven't really changed facing or ranks or anything like that.
So
I do that. As my, not as my frontage change, but as my facing change, these guys should also follow. Right?
so it would
So that would,
be-
no, that would be both frontage change and facing change.
that would change your frontage.
So that's
by
2 inches
this.
for that. But I'm planning on doing that for, and the ranks, do the ranks follow automatically? Or for a frontage change in that regard? No. So that's what I was concerned. So I have to figure out how that movement works exactly.
I'd say it'd be a 1 inch per figure that's moving.
Yeah.
In that, so it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. But a wraparound's a very nice for regular formation. It's a wheel, but only on one side
Yes.
for both.
Can you still declare a charge if you failed an opportunity charge?
You guys cannot charge.
Well, not
Oh.
those guys. Those guys. Can they try to charge again?
I wouldn't. I'd say no.
Okay. that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep 3.
Oh, because you need
Because I need ranks.
half as many ranks
Yep.
as you have frontage.
Yes. So this is not me actually doing things. This is me figuring out the cost.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that would be a frontage of 3.
So that would be a frontage of 4.
I don't think this guy counts.
He still fights because you can fight adjacent. He's still on the fighting range.
Let's see. Where's the ice action? But he's
So he can't.
I think
would have,
he's-
I would have to do this.
I don't know, maybe. You might have to do that.
So that'd be 3. I wouldn't do it with him. Because then I just have to move someone into the space. 4,
Yeah.
6.
I'd still say he'd be able to attack, but it doesn't count towards your frontage. That's 4, so you need at least 2 ranks, which this satisfies. Everyone in the front has at least someone behind them.
That's 6 movements so far. I've got 12 total. And I can't add any other wings unless I add more mech. Because that would increase my frontage.
That'd be bad.
Yes. And if I have a smaller, does this count as a separate rank than this?
I would say that is a second rank.
So that is the second rank, so that is the second rank, effectively.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might need someone here.
There's nobody behind me. There's nobody for him to be behind.
Or
Rank is weird.
he'd be facing like this one.
So, yeah, ranks are weird.
Yeah.
So that means I have only 1 rank behind me. But if I use, so that cost me 1 from there to there. So that would put me at 7. So this would put me at 10, which would give me 2 ranks on all fronts. Right?
Well, this is first rank. This is second rank.
So
This is third
2
rank.
extra ranks. I'm talking for morale bonuses.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So this would be 2 ranks on all fronts.
That'd be a bonus of 2.
Okay. Because I'm being very careful not to lose my morale bonuses for these guys.
Yeah.
Because that could be bad. It could go really bad, really fast.
Yeah.
Alright. And then,
Oh, are they moving now?
yeah.
Okay.
Let's go. So with appropriate wheel, they can be along that line, or that way.
Look, you're gonna double wheel?
Yeah, I'm gonna double wheel.
Oh.
Hey, these are my regular troops. They do shit like this. And that should be, well actually, yeah. So,
So you measure the distance here,
Yeah, it should be there to there.
there, and then from here to here.
So that would be.
If you can do it without flipping the river.
Yes. I was very careful about that. So that's 3 and 2/3 ish. 4 there. 4.
And you do a big old wheel.
Lip.
It looks like you'd be able to get. Ooh.
My goal is to engage these 2 cavalry.
Looks like you'd have to move forward a bit first.
Yeah.
Forward to here and then take that. So you have to move forward and then.
Can I do that in 5 inches?
You can move forward about an inch.
Yeah.
So you move forward about an inch,
And then it'd just be wheeling my guy in.
and then from here.
Is that 4?
That it would take 4 inches
That's exactly how much I need.
and then 5. That's a fifth inch.
Yep, I have 9 inches total.
Okay, I would say yes. So you can move forward an inch, and then wheel again.
That is what he said.
Because you're attacking their flank, they have a -2 armor rating.
And is that the flank because
Or
my guys
plus
are on the other side? Or
No,
are these guys also
flank
it's
is
just
a facing.
that is their flank.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
their side. It's not
So
the rear.
do these guys also count? Since I have more attacks on the side than the front?
So these guys would go against separately than these two. These two would
Gotcha.
try and hit this one guy.
Okay.
And can only damage that one guy. And then these 3 would fight these 2.
Okay.
He could
Well,
attack him.
this guy can attack him.
Yeah, you can attack him or him. And you can only
So
attack
that
him.
spreads damage a little.
It's just
And is melee simultaneous or in initiative order?
Are you moving
the
these guys?
initiative guy. Whoever won initiative goes first, and then alternates.
So if he kills my guys, I can't attack with those guys?
Correct.
Are you moving these guys too?
Yeah. They've got 12 movement. They're going to move over the abyss here.
They're gonna have to, if they're planning on going over the bridge, they're gonna have to.
They are not planning on going over the bridge.
Oh, okay.
I am planning on settling on the bridge and reforming my formation.
Yep. Yes, and you have an extra token there.
Yeah.
You're screwed. For some reason, it's giving limited free games to Nazi right now. So I'm just Nazi. You only get to 1 for 24 hours in this season. Play for free. Play for free. Play for free.
Figure out what the cost of that was. Just not losing it into the abyss.
Yeah.
One already fell down. I've already lost 10 guys to the abyss.
So do you have to, at like 6:30, I'll start clearing this up if you want to start setting up. 6:30, so plan on that.
Alright, so
What, that was about 6?
that was, they were at this point, that was,
So about 6.
I was punting them right about this far.
Oh.
So 5 inches.
Okay. So about 5 inches.
And
Are you gonna, what was their,
their formation was the heart. So it was 24 guys, so 4 and 4 and everything in there. It's basically a square with one corner missing that one.
okay, so they had a frontage of 5?
They have frontage of 4.
4.
But at least, okay, so there's only one guy over the edge. Darn. Okay, I unnecessarily moved one guy. Oh, that guy is the ghost guy anyways.
Is that guy facing the right way?
No, he's not.
And then, yeah, you can change your frontage. So you used about 5 inches of movement.
Yep. To wheel and position. So then my frontage is going to be
You change your frontage to 5? 2?
that would require me to have 3 ranks, and I don't know if I can manage 3 ranks all around them in the position that I want. So
Well, you have enough guys to have 3 ranks. So you're changing frontage and facing for those 2.
yeah, this will be a slow process. This might not be done this turn.
So keep in mind frontage and, well,
yeah.
frontage is an inch per figure.
So that,
Direction is 4 inches. If any part of your unit does it.
Just all together. Like if
If all your unit changes direction, it's 4.
it's
You're only doing some.
all or nothing. It's 4 inches
It's 4.
if you're doing any direction change.
So if I wanted these guys to face that way,
It'd be
all together.
2 inch
So
movement.
so I can move a total of 3
Because that's
guys.
a regular formation.
I can move a total of 3 guys in my frontage change if I change a direction. Which means I can't change direction yet. I don't have enough movement.
And that looks like your frontage is a bit too big. A bit too much.
So I'll be maintaining a 4 frontage. It's just my second rank.
Open.
There will be enough space for someone to get into it if they charge it up.
Who would do that?
I wonder. Not that we're going to have time for that.
No.
I'm not actually certain that the whole maneuver would actually do much, but that means I can move 7 guys into position to prepare for the next round of stuff. Which means I should have
Then you have ghost guy there.
that ghost guy there. So that's frontage of 4 and
Looks like 6.
5.
So
Does it
4,
hit?
5, 6.
It has to be.
And looks like you have 3 ranks.
I have 3 ranks. Yeah. Okay.
So I guess that's valid.
Yep. Ish.
You could move like this center one up 1.
It's not
Or
clean or
however.
pretty, but
Yeah.
ghost guy there. So
Ghost guy there.
it is by no means clean or pretty, but it's an irregular formation. So who knows?
So you change from 4 to 6. How much movement did you have?
I had 7 movement left, so my back room basically came up as
Okay.
far as units moving.
Okay, I think that's okay.
Cool. Combat.
Your movement is
My-
done?
Yep.
Okay. Combat. You go.
So I guess I'm gonna start with the cavalry.
Okay. You can roll 3 of your dice, so 3d6.
So those 2 are going.
Oh, up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. His cavalry, not my cavalry.
So 1, 2,
2d10.
and then that one on the front right and the back right, bottom right, should both be able to get an adjacent.
Second rank can't fight.
He can't fight. He doesn't have any weakness to his side. He can attack the front. He might be able to hit him.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about the back right being able to hit someone adjacent as well. But
No, he's not faced that way. So this guy might be able to hit this one.
That is
These
absolutely
two can
true, Jack.
Him.
What?
That was not Jack. That was
Yeah, that was Jack,
Yeah,
but
no,
different Jack.
that's different Jack.
Oh, it was Mary Jack.
Yes.
So
I didn't see what it
him.
was. I saw
think
it.
Actually,
Okay.
And you have a D10
Yeah, 2.
for sorry.
Can I do them separately or at the same time?
What?
The attacks.
If you're attacking him, it would be the second one. If you're attacking both of that guy, well,
That would-
remember they can only
They got
take
me into
one
this.
hit.
you want more
So
guys? Is it
I'll have him
competition
attack
for all
him and
3
him
of us
attack him.
Yeah.
against other people?
That's
So
what we're gonna do.
you do that.
So
Yeah.
that means it's just gonna be
So
yeah,
yep.
2d10 and then shoot up those rights.
So do 2d10 and 1d10. Keep it on the table.
And this is my militia resistance.
Yep. Looks like he got
One of them.
two hits on one of these guys.
They look, they're dead.
Well, you.
They're dead.
Oh.
I have an armor of 9, dude.
Oh.
They're dead.
So.
Morale check.
And then the one
Yeah. So he scored and he got both. Yeah. So those two died.
But I have 2 ranks everywhere.
Yeah.
I have 2 extra ranks everywhere. So I got +2.
Except for that one guy, it looks like.
I got 8. So I
That's 8. And
And that's a 6 on the sword.
a 6. So that's another 2 on your sword. Just that one goes there. Morale check.
For both party, for both units.
Yep, for that separate unit, not you.
I know. I'm
I'm
just
fine.
fighting.
Okay, you're fine?
Yep.
Nice. Good job.
Now.
I don't get any death swings.
So,
Now.
nope.
What?
His turn.
But I still have these guys.
It
Yes,
alternates.
it alternates now.
Oh,
You did an attack. Now, he says who's attacking next.
Ah.
And then you say which of your units is attacking.
Okay.
And he says which of his units are attacking.
Okay.
So, you'll each get an attack.
Longbow is AR8, so I roll D8.
However, if you
hit.
kill this whole front line,
No, I'm attacking.
I know. I'm looking at
Oh, yeah,
AR if you hit.
if you kill this whole front line, they're no longer engaging melee and they can make a range attack.
There's not a minimum range?
It's just engaged in melee.
Yeah.
Kill them all.
So, if you kill that whole front line, you can do a range
Can I
attack.
purposely leave one alive?
No.
Not. I can't choose not to kill with
No.
my hits?
No. I don't think so.
You only get 2 attacks though.
I charged.
There's one more
Lances.
attacks.
Not necessarily lances. But they are cavalry, so you get twice the dice.
Yeah.
So you get 4d10.
And those are.
So 2 sets of 2d10.
That
No.
means you can target more than one person,
No. You get
or one.
No,
You get-
it's the fact that I charged that I get bonuses.
twice the dice. So you get 4d10.
Yeah.
Each one is its own count.
Okay.
So how
2 sets of 2.
No.
Yes, because this guy can get this guy, and this guy can get this guy, right?
So this guy would have a d10. He gets 2. This guy would have a d10. He gets 2. Yeah, 2 sets of 2.
Yep. Okay. So 1 set, 2 set.
Okay.
That looks like 10 and 1 and 10 and 7. I think they're dead.
So 10 and 1 is 3.
Okay.
So this guy gets 3 hits on these 2.
Yep.
And what is that? 10 and 7? So that's 5. So 5. So 3 on these 2, and 5 on these 2. So let's do this side first.
Or no. So are they individual dice or total?
The hits add up.
Okay.
So you got a 10 and nothing.
Gotcha.
So that's
Gotcha. Okay.
3 for these
I
2,
understand.
and then a separate
Yeah.
5 for these 2. So roll 3d10 for these 2.
Okay.
Yeah, 3d10. So this is your
Our
armor.
armor rating is 8. You need to roll an 8 or better.
Yeah, you need to roll an 8 or better to negate 3 hits.
7, 7, 2.
Nope, nope.
So we're dead.
Extra dead.
And then.
He needs to roll 4,
5.
5.
Yep.
5d10.
5d10.
You get 8s or higher on all of them.
That'll work.
Please do.
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So he gets a ranged attack because I killed his melee front line, even though that entire group was technically engaged in melee.
They are no longer engaged in melee.
Do I need to roll 3 morale checks?
You need to roll a morale check. Yes.
Just 1?
1. Because this was one of your first casualties, 2d10. So, like for instance, they could have just kept their bows out.
Yeah.
They got charged. They died. So it shot off. What do you get?
Lower is
you
good.
get
Lower is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, then they are good.
They're good?
7.
7
Out of
out
12.
of 12. And you get a plus
2.
So we got a 9.
2.
His front rank doesn't exist anymore.
Well, it was. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you're good.
Like, if they get that ranged attack, I've taken away one of their ranks.
Yeah. Okay.
The answer is not both inconvenience for him.
You choose your next step. The only other people that can attack are your archers.
Archers.
Nope, melee.
Already
What's
did.
this melee round, right?
Oh yeah. You have no more opponents in melee. So
I have 2 more.
yes. Who are you doing first?
We'll start with the second first.
Okay. So you roll 3 attack dice. You're attacking their flank, so that just gives him a penalty to his armor rating.
D6.
So 3d6.
I put them back a minute. What a concept, right? Putting away my dice.
Never.
That looks like
5,
a 6
6,
and
and
5.
2. So that's 3.
I got a minus to my.
Your armor rating is +2 for them. So your armor rating is 6.
So I want to get lower than 6. Or higher than 6.
You want to get 6 or higher. On 3d10.
7.
Okay, you negate 1 hit.
5.
You take 1 hit,
6.
and I said 6 or higher.
So yeah.
You negate
6 or higher.
2
So
hits.
I take 1 hit on my left front.
So it's this unit is taking 1.
Okay. So it's just pretty.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then these guys will be this,
So,
this.
Honestly, like this guy could be.
I've already got the guy flipped over for wounded.
Oh, you do? Okay.
He's back there by the die.
Should I flip
So-
over a guy on my archers for wounded?
Nope, they're not wounded anymore.
They're just dead.
So which
You're just corpseified.
which one's doing it?
No.
There. Okay. So he's being counted up first.
What?
What?
Which one's the order? I just said no.
Good job.
That's exactly in the direction that it was.
Yep.
Okay.
It was.
All right. In the unlikely event that one of them dies, it's purple, green, and purple, green. I could roll for shit and get nothing.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I think that's all melee.
That's melee.
So now
Ranged.
ranged.
I go first.
You go first.
Okay. So how many of them can I get with my range that are and they're
Yes,
right in front of
9.
me?
You can get 9 shots.
So it's
Which-
just the first 2 ranks.
Which really makes me not want to have charged him. At least not like that. I would have just gone "Nyeh,"
So what is it?
and not killed that last
D10s again or?
I don't know.
D.
D6.
Oh, D6.
D6.
Right.
You get 96.
Okay, I'm going with metal. I'm gonna do them over here because table metal die.
Plastic.
Nah, I just have it. I have it here. So
What you get?
Take out 1s and 2s.
1, 2, 3.
No.
Take out.
No.
So I
Looks
got-
like 6.
Yes. I
So
got
what are your
3
numbers?
4s and a 6.
So that's 5.
5.
Yep, that's 5 hits. 3 4s.
Oh, yeah.
3 4s and a 6. That's 5 hits.
5 potential hits. That's not, that definitely is. And my knights are AR5, so those are damaged. So I've got 1 wound.
Only 1 wound.
Only 1 wound.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Now my archers.
Yes.
I have a medium range.
Okay, these guys?
All, I can get plenty of guys in both arcs.
Yep.
So that's
That's-
66.
Yep, 66. Yes. And you're just having a group gathering in the center?
One, two,
3, 4,
6.
5, 6. Cool. Roll 6d10 for your swordsman. Get a 7 or higher.
It's 2 negated, 1 hit.
So 2 negated.
Yeah, 2
Okay.
negated, 1 hit. 4 negated. Roll 6 or higher?
Yeah.
2 hit.
So you take
2
2
people
hits.
die.
I don't know. Should I have? Yeah, that works.
What's your die?
So morale.
Yes.
And it's just the first time
Yep.
units.
And then when they're at half, and
And
every
you only
time
have
they
an extra, and you only have a +1.
11, 12. I matched.
well, so you rolled 11.
Yes.
Your morale is effectively higher, so your morale would be 13.
Ah.
So you got 12,
And it's supposed
and
to
you're
be
fine.
lower.
Yeah.
Okay. That was close.
So they're still okay.
No, you got 11. It was a 13. But
Yes.
would have been.
Yeah.
The
If you roll
match
above
succeeds.
13, yeah.
Match succeeds. So you missed by, you were off by 3 for failure.
Because if you have morale of 2, really bad morale, you can still roll a 2.
Yep.
It'll be okay. The morale can't be lower than 2.
All right. 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Should we do one more round? One more turn?
I think we could make one more round a lot faster than the last one.
Yeah.
True.
You had initiative, so you make any charge declarations.
In a shocking development, the cavalry will be charging.
Who?
I don't have to say who.
Well, no. Okay.
We didn't last time.
No.
I don't
Yeah.
have to declare who
You don't have to declare who. Your cavalry
will be charging.
will attempt to charge.
So
Okay.
We'll be attempting to charge.
Okay. Your cavalry are attempting to charge. Got it.
They did make the great decision by convincing me to play this. Simply because now they were in the middle of the pack for the families. Now there were 2,000 points ahead of the other family.
So only cavalry can change facing and charge?
No, anybody can.
Okay. Okay. I don't really know rules, so about facing, I haven't really messed with that. So I'm going to. How would I? I don't care about winning. I'm just gonna care about learning.
Yeah.
So how would I get these guys to either charge them,
Yep.
them, or them?
So,
So
if
it's
them or
pretty
them,
simple.
you won't have to do anything.
Yeah,
You just
it would just
move
be
them in a charge,
For these guys,
For
I would
these,
have to
you'd have
change
to-
their facing.
which would only cost 2 movement, which is
No.
possible.
So
Which would only.
an about face.
Oh, that's
So
a
you-
right turn. That would cost 2, and then you could charge that.
But that would make his frontage a 2. Or
Would it
really
be a
weird 4.
Would it be a complete
It would-
turn?
it would- no.
No.
Your
This
your
would be
tokens would
It's your
just-
tokens move. So a change in facing is your tokens change to that direction.
Yes.
So a change in face would make all of your guys facing this way, which means this would be your front.
I never had multiple turns.
Yep. You can say
These guys are charging and those guys are charging.
so. These are charging. These are charging. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to say that this is not river, or are we determining that is river? Because I mean, it's yeah.
It's been there.
It's been
It's
there.
been there the whole time.
Yeah, since it got moved. So
Yeah.
that's a weird outcrop of water. So
That's what I was
we're
picturing when I
keeping
saw it.
as
Like,
Yeah,
ah,
paint color.
yeah.
I might be able to squeeze through there.
Yeah. I might lose some people.
I mean, I would say you
That's one of his regular formations too.
Yeah. You can get him.
I can do a curve. I'm doing that.
You would
Even
turn it
if I
into a
lose.
column.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to face them this way.
Yeah.
And then move up this way.
So you're saying
Would I be
that-
able to do 2 different facing movements? face this way, then face that way? Like get all this line facing this way, and then turn them that way.
No, not if you're charging.
Okay.
Yeah, you can only change any facings or formations at the beginning of the turn.
Yeah. And then these guys, the distance would be
It's 1.5.
your closest
speed.
to them, and it's half your movement up to 6 is a no charge range.
Half your movement up to 6.
Yeah, half your movement up to 6. So say you have a movement of 6 inches,
Mhm.
you can't charge within 3 inches. You can
Ah.
tell them to, it's just if you can't, then that's bad.
Didn't know that. Hold on.
So they have 9.
Yeah,
Axis has movement
you're
of 12.
too close to
that's
charge
too
the
close to
horses.
charge. So they
They should
won't
be.
charge.
These guys can charge these.
Yeah.
What about the right ones? That
Should
might
be
be
about
a
the same.
little-
Yeah.
Yeah.
About the same.
Your only issue is the formation.
Yeah.
True.
So you'll have to change your formation to make that one happen. But you get 3 points of free movement for formation change before charging if you succeed.
Okay, I'll need help with that.
Yep.
Because I'm going to go from sword to sword.
Yep.
Just because it makes sense.
That's fair.
Okay.
And then these guys are just gonna change facing and move as much as they can. So that's all I'm declaring.
So charging and
So
charging.
Not charging.
Not
Not
charging.
charging. I take that
Oh,
back.
So
I
we
didn't
both
know
have
about-
one target.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know about that one being
The short
about half movement.
Okay.
Half movement.
Half of the distance you can't charge, or it's negative to whatever you're doing.
Yeah. Otherwise it fails.
Definitely need some help with that part because I was just kind of like forward, everyone.
Yes.
Into the breach.
Okay. Initiatives.
Yep.
Nope.
Is that a 10? It's a 4.
Wow.
I've been rolling really shitty on initiative.
So you get to choose who moves first.
I will move first.
Okay.
So how? Oh, charging is first.
Charging is done first.
Charging is done first.
I need help with formation that could stay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be too much. So
I'd
probably
say if
drop
you-
these back to here, maybe.
Yeah, if you move like these two here, then you'd be able to have 4 guys fighting them.
How much of my movement would be gone?
No. You get about 3. You get 3 inches of movement to do as part of the charge.
Well, let's see if we do speed
To the river?
To the river.
Move. Yep. It's you want to push across that gap quickly
Yeah.
to prevent
Sorry for
things
that.
from ceasing to exist.
Okay. So you can attack with those 4. That was a charging infantry unit, so you get a 1.5.
Yep.
Your attacking dice. So you
Once
get
we get into the main.
Yeah, we'll
yeah. So you
we
get
can assume that they're directly together, or do you want to actually like push them together because they have different names and we can tell them apart?
Yeah, put them together in regular formation.
I can do that. You were.
Okay.
So they charge.
Yeah.
Okay.
These guys are changing their facing.
Okay.
I'll help you with that. Thank you. And then they're going to be.
So that costs 2,
2 and axis.
and they're
have
in
12.
a column formation, so they have 10 inches left.
Okay.
So you can have them like snake here,
Yes.
and
That's
then take 2 more inches to face that way.
okay.
What's the
So that costs 2.
what's the
I'm at
ramifications
10.
of pulling away from her?
You can have a fighting retreat, or you can flee.
Is that done during movement?
So what? So if they engage me in melee combat right now, I am prevented from charging away. I can't charge anymore.
I believe so.
That sucks.
Also, morale check?
Hmm?
Is morale check for the
Oh.
charge?
You need to do a
Decided
morale
now?
check before charging.
I do?
You
I have to do a charge
Initiation check.
initiation check. Yes. What was that again? D10?
2d10.
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 And you have 1 extra rank for bonus morale.
So
you're
you need to get 13 or lower.
Not 2d10.
1 and
Yeah, you're fine.
7. Yeah, that's 8.
Okay. So they
Anything in a 1 is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So that was that. And then you're moving these guys.
So I have 10 more feet of movement.
More inches.
Inches. Yeah.
6. Well, you want to use 2 to change phase.
It's not charge
So I
and
will-
then move actions. He gets all of his moves and then I get my charge.
Yeah, he gets all his charges first. He gets his charge and then his movements.
Yeah.
And then you do your charges and then the movement. You have to do your charges first.
Can I see that real quick?
So you did 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And that's exactly how much I need because I'd be at 10. I'm at 12. That took 2. 8 to get here, and then 2.
So you're snaking in a column formation.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2.
Oh no, we are supposed to indicate the person we're charging.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. I was charging the archers.
Okay.
Oh.
Who would have guessed? So, move them there.
And they'll be able to fit through the river. They're not going to be able to get there and change. They have to be back a little bit and change.
I'm okay with being back
I'd say they have to be
right there.
1 inch back. So that essentially cover that,
And then
that'd
face
be 8, and then change face.
Dwarves saving the elves.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. Not in this edition.
Unless we're saving them to cut the use off.
So that was interesting.
Doesn't have anything to do with essence. I could change facing and then move them this way.
Facing that way. You change face, but then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frontage. You're going to need to. So that's going to cost 4 to do.
Okay.
And you're also going to have to get a couple people behind that guy.
Behind.
This guy over here.
You're going to need to
One person.
get one person behind him. So that costs 4,
Yep.
and it'll be a 5th inch of movement to get someone behind them.
I'm at 8. Is it 1/5?
It would be a 5th movement,
Oh,
a 5th
so
inch of
5
movement.
to get him here.
Yeah, him or far guy.
Would
If they would essentially just shift. So he would there.
I don't know. So this guy would move here, and those guys would be in the back like that.
It would be like that. So he would move like that.
Okay. This is good.
Yep.
And that took 5 movement.
That took 5 movement.
So 6 movement.
Would he have come into base contact with me before he got all of his guys in place?
In the right facing, maybe. It's not my.
A figure or stand of figures must immediately stop its movement when it comes into base contact with an enemy stand.
Ah. So that would have happened
Before I.
In his front rank, right?
here.
Yeah.
With your
So I wouldn't be able to move further.
You could wheel your front rank, your full frontage into place, but then after that you would have to spend points changing frontage, rather than
Should we bring him back?
just marching up next to me and changing facing.
Yeah, so they'd be here and they'd be a little bit away.
Which ones? These guys would be a little way.
You'd be a little bit away like that. You wouldn't be able to.
You wouldn't be able to engage
I wouldn't.
me.
Okay, I wouldn't have been engaged in combat
Yes.
there. I would have left that little line.
That's the only way you could have done all of that.
Okay, good. As long as I can do that, we don't have to fucking set everything.
Yeah.
Well, it's very important for me actually.
Yes.
Because that means I'm not engaged in melee.
Right.
Which means you can charge my archers.
Yes!
And then I'll engage you in melee. If we'll see what happens.
Oh my god, really?
What?
Temps are gonna hit the 70s in the next couple days.
Oh no.
Up, down, up, down.
So I have 5 movement there.
You did 5.
I had 12
12.
items, so what is that? An extra.
Especially
Yeah,
when those
7.
days I'm planning on working.
Which day is it?
I'm just gonna move myself.
I don't know, my brother just sent me a text. Okay,
I want
not
to clear
the
these
next
guys,
couple
so
days.
let's see.
Next Friday, Saturday, high of 68.
Would it be off of this guy?
It'd be any. You'd have to
At
move
least here in
straight
West
up.
Oh yeah. Okay.
To a
so
point.
just move any. Yeah.
And some of them can climb up the hill.
Yeah.
But that's going to be extra movement when you try and charge.
Let's go. That guy goes to face
Face the hill.
west.
Yep, it would be done like that.
I might no longer be charging the archers. By sheer coincidence of people in the way.
But he was here.
Yeah.
I saw a move. Can I move from here? I have what, 2 movement?
Yeah. I think you only have 1.
No, I only went 5.
You only
And I
have
had
5?
7.
Okay. So then, yeah, you can move him, but nothing else.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
So it's a 2, 4, 5, 5, 5, 3. Okay, that's the end of my number.
And
Okay.
Archer shoot.
yeah,
They didn't
they're not moving, and so you're doing a missile attack during your movement.
Against the cavalry.
Okay.
So, how many do I get? The first 2 ranks?
So he should still be able to fire there. It's not completely over
That's
that.
9.
9,
Mhm.
D10,
6.
6.
96.
Yo!
Fuck
Yo!
90-10.
90-10.
90-20.
I get scared because it can do that.
Ouch.
Not official. Just kidding. I got a character that can do D20s.
So take out 2s and 1s.
3s, 2s, and 1s.
3 2s.
Yep. Hit 3 times.
Nope. 4.
Yeah, I
4 hits.
have a 4, a 5, and a 6.
4 hits.
4 hits. 40-10.
That is 1 prevented hit. Means he has
Take.
killed one of my guys and left one of them to wound.
Morale check?
Yep.
Oh, also, did you do the morale check for the other swords?
Oh.
For them?
They're fine.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so. So your cavalry needs a morale check.
Yes.
And they get a.
1 extra rank.
Yeah.
I am perfectly fine.
Cool. Okay. So your movement step is done.
Yes.
Okay. Your movement step. You need to do your charges first.
Yep. So facing.
And round we go.
And frontage change. Since I have 0 chance of having a second rank that's worth anything, I may as well maximize my attacks. I only get. Can I do more than 3 points, or is it 3 points all?
Oh, wait, you're not.
Sure.
Yeah, you're sure.
No, I'm going into melee.
Oh, right, you don't do the hit.
Well, but yeah, it's going to be.
Morale checks.
We're going to be done after this melee.
Yeah. We can save the progress and pick it up next week.
It's not necessary.
As long as
This was
we
just a learning experience.
Yeah.
learn part of it.
Now to you, wait, that's tweet.
Yeah.
Forgot to say, did not do anything.
Charging unit can change facing, change frontage, or
And the
ability.
Father, who I thought was dead.
Before beginning its forward movement,
Like, as an undead.
I think an undead army. Fuck's this scenario. Have a good nap?
Doesn't actually.
Have to do that.
So jerking has to be a regular straight movement up to 45 degrees, but you can do the wheel first. That's
Okay.
3 inches free.
So
3
that
inches
was-
of wheel free.
Okay, so
Do they do?
we did that wrong before then.
Oh, what did we do wrong?
It's, I presumed wheeling was within reason for standard movement because it just costs the cost of the outside. So I wheeled during a charge before, which I couldn't do.
So you can't do that turning maneuver while
So
charging.
I couldn't charge the bowman,
Okay.
which means my only other option was the
No,
light cavalry. The only other option was the other cavalry. That was the only person I could have charged.
Okay.
I could have declared a turn against.
That's what I thought you were going to charge.
See, I thought I could wheel as a turn. I can't.
Okay.
According to you.
Yes.
I hadn't yet found the rule that said I had to move in a straightish line.
Yeah, we're figuring it out.
Targeting unit is allowed to change versus
So you can do the special movement before your charge.
Charging unit must move in a straight line, as straight a line as possible. To the right.
Okay. Even at a diagonal, that would have been a good straight charge. That my swords did.
Yeah, your sword
Yes.
was perfectly valid. Cool.
Your swords were fine.
I can't wait to sit down all night.
I know, right?
So I get 1 inch of
You totally
wheel.
can stand up and look at the map.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah.
I get 1 inch of the wheel.
Just wait till.
This is. We can go with that.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's already here. And I told it like 3 levels ago.
I thought we were doing it on this table. Yeah. I haven't.
But you can set it here.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Sure.
So remember, if we wanted to break it down.
Okay, so I can't. So I couldn't do that.
So have the main bulk of it here.
So that's not
break it down
possible. So I
onto
was
the
like
table.
this.
Man, we need a whole room for D&D.
Is it even possible for me to do a charge?
Warehouse. Let's do the warehouse. We could totally do a YouTube channel.
So it was like this.
You kind of already are.
I need a real one. When it's actually going to make money.
I'd say you can't do an about face first.
Nope.
That's 4.
That's 4.
You might want to switch over to that.
Changing facing is 2. 1 inch of turn
Not that
doesn't
I
actually
want
get me to
to.
the point where I can
But, you know,
contact anybody else's bases with more than one of my guys.
Oh.
I can't charge.
Yeah.
Ring.
So I
So-
couldn't have declared that charge because I didn't have anybody I could actually charge.
Okay.
Mm.
I mean, okay.
I still massively lost the initiative. Yeah. It was basically irrelevant.
So, can't charge. They can move.
I actually did something smart with my dwarves that were in a bad position.
They can move.
Well, I still got 12 in movement, so your archers are still screwed.
Never underestimate dwarves just standing still.
Yes.
So you're gonna right turn and then wheel.
I was actually thinking right turn frontage change and wheel, since there's absolutely no point in attempting to have 2 ranks with 5 guys.
Okay.
So that's a turn, and then frontage change would be an extra 2 to be roughly in the same position.
Nice. So that was a
That was 4 points of movement so far.
You have same as me. What?
Okay.
15.
So I got 11 more.
Cavalryman.
And I can. What's the limit on
a wheel.
wheel?
You have to pivot.
So basically, I can just do that.
Cool. So it'd be this much.
Yep.
to keep going.
Okay, cool.
As long as you don't
As long as I don't run out of movement, and trust me, I don't.
run out of movement or hit
Yep. So,
engage.
yep, now you're engaged.
I'm engaging here.
Are you doing all archers?
All archers.
Okay.
Screw those archers. They keep shooting my guys.
Yeah. You're hitting their flank with 5d10.
Good luck. What's your AR on archers?
8.
8. So you need 10s.
What?
When we do the melee, he'll need 10s to survive any of the hits.
Well, let's see. So, yeah.
Flanking. So he'll
Oh,
need
yeah, his
10s.
flank. Yes. Yeah, that's your flank.
It's what? 3 archers dead? Basically?
Yeah.
Unless
Another
I roll
3.
with 10.
Let's
Couple
roll 10.
tens.
And that's 10 per
Depends.
hit, which means however many hits I get on 5d10.
So I would need at least 3 10s to save 1 person. It seems like. Because it doesn't matter who you're targeting, right?
You need 1 less 10 than I roll hits to save any one person.
You haven't done melee yet.
Removing casualties can be taken from anywhere in the unit the owning player desires. Okay. So whoever's losing the unit can take them from wherever that they
and-
desire.
Okay.
Double check to make sure that can actually cause a disengage in the melee. Because that's kind of ridiculous that he gets to shoot me because I charged his front rank.
Yeah.
Any figure separated from the rest of its unit by a casualty marker is considered not to be a battlefield note. For example, a unit 3 ranks deep and 6 figures wide is engaged in melee combat along all its frontage and suffers 5 casualties. Among other possibilities, the player can remove 5 figures from the back rank, leave 1, or he can remove 2 from each of the back ranks, and 1 from the front rank there in the unit's frontage to 5. Or the casualties can all be pulled from the front rank. Even in the latter case, however, the unit will remain in contact because 1 figure, all that remains in the front rank, is still engaged.
So that
Yes.
implies that yes.
That was
Yeah,
perfectly valid.
That was cheesy as shit.
it's just
pulled off
your-
cheese without trying.
Your guys didn't keep moving forward to engage. They're like, oh shit, we're gonna stay back and keep our bows out, and
Oh look, everyone in front of us is dead.
so the person removing the casualties chooses where. As long as it's a valid place.
I mean, logistically, a front rank of archers and back ranks of archers. The front would be melee and the back ranks would be.
So this
So
unit
I'm
has
gonna let edge here,
that's 2.
and then I will do a frontage change on 5 of them.
It's gonna be crazy when it's all 3 of us versus him.
Oh my god.
So
With
one guy
already
is not
units.
facing the right direction to shoot anybody because I don't have enough movement to still shoot during the movement round.
Oh, you guys are looking that way?
No, can't.
It's what? Huh?
Wait, no, I thought we were. Oh, okay, guys.
Yeah. So they're all shooting these guys. Dwarves.
My dwarves?
The dwarves.
My dwarves!
The dwarves.
No!
This is my movement action,
Axeman!
and it's from center of the frontage to
Yep.
nearest target.
And you used only up to half your movement, right?
It looks
Four,
like you're only
6,
able to hit the front
medium range again.
Well, he'll still certainly be able to hit your unit.
Yes.
The distance is here to closest. That's
Yes, I was
distance.
thinking line of sight.
Line of sight.
Yeah, you
Most of
of the
my
front.
units
Ah,
will have the problem of
line of sight.
line of sight.
So like,
But that's-
it looks like maybe half of it.
So
So,
I'll
like,
have
you can have-
6
you
at
got
a
3,
quarter
4, 5.
and 5 at a half.
Yeah.
Which will give me a total of
So 6 at a quarter.
5 and a half is 3. 6 and a quarter is 2.
2.
So 5.
So you get 5 dice. 5d6.
6. That's a 6. That's a 5. That's a 5. So that's 6
Nice.
hits.
6. Nice. Against your Axeman, which is an R rating of 8.
So I need to roll.
Does that count as their flank, or is that only melee?
Melee only.
You said 6?
Yes.
6.
This is 4. So 9.
So that's
8. 3, 3. So at least 2.
yeah. So 2 are negated so far. Roll 2 more.
I thought he has to roll at least his AR.
Yeah.
So
There's
if he
8.
gets an 8,
Yeah.
he got an 8.
I had,
So that's 3.
I had an 8 and 9.
What?
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
I got that backwards. Never mind.
Okay, so you hit 3. Half your shots hit.
Okay, 3 guys dead. Take them from wherever you want.
You choose. The remover chooses.
I don't really.
And they also have to make a morale check.
It actually doesn't matter.
It doesn't? Okay.
The key point is so if you take them all from the front, you've still got a +1 bonus to the morale check.
Okay.
That's the only, or if you take most of them from the front. That's the only consideration involved in that process that would be worthwhile.
What you get?
10.
10. What's their morale?
12. So I match.
No,
They go
because
down.
you at best you have a plus.
So he matched.
He got a
what?
10,
I got
and they
10
have a
and
12.
2.
No, he
No,
rolled
I got it 12.
12,
they have
and
it.
the
He's
morale
got-
is 12.
If he takes them from the ranking properly, he's still got a +1 for having an extra rank.
So you're fine because you didn't exceed your
So
morale.
I should take from the front because the
You should
back
take
rank-
more from the front than the back.
Wherever, or you could take like those.
I'll take
Those
you,
two. Those.
and
Those
you,
one.
and you.
The key point is just more from the front than the back is what
So I
keeps his
still
morale.
have a back rank.
Yes. You still have a back rank that is at least as big as your front rank.
Cool.
All right.
And you made your morale check.
Yep.
Cool.
I passed the morale check because I still have the +1.
This is still your movement. Move some of your guys up. Nice.
Into combat.
Gonna do that.
Yeah, that's a 45. That's within a 45-degree movement.
So they're not actually touching each other.
I'd say.
These guys shift with the movement.
Mhm.
So then I've got these 4, these 3.
If. Yeah, I don't know about him.
I got the movement to make a facing change if you want that. So then I've got 4 on this side and then 3 on that side.
Okay.
And then I've got ranks everywhere. And he's just a 4.
I'd say that's okay.
He's the connecting piece.
Mhm.
He's why they're still in formation.
Yep. He's why they are still 1 unit.
So how much facing? We have one,
I lose a
two,
morale
six.
doing that. Because that's facing 7 actually.
Whoa. So 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah,
I'd
so
say
that's
6.
no, that's so I don't lose any morale. That's
So
1, 2, 3,
three.
4. 1, 2, 3. That's 4 and 3.
So 4 and 3,
Oh, so I can't do that.
7.
So I can't do that.
Correct.
Because they're right. So that's literally impossible.
You need at least half as many ranks as you have.
So I can't do anything with them. Facing change here, so that I can change facing as much as I want.
Hello. We're playing some AD&D Battlesystem.
Are you trying it?
Yep.
Where's the X?
Okay.
In the bathroom. Currently, Alex and I are playing against each other.
You're winning.
That's a good question.
It's hard to
We
tell.
both made a lot of mistakes in the process.
Yeah.
This is a learning.
Like,
We're wrapping
I'm
up.
changing chairs, yeah, because I'm too fat for these.
yeah, no, I wasn't even sitting in that chair. I was just keeping myself.
No, I know. I was giving you a heads up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Is Terry coming today?
Yes.
Theoretically.
Theoretically. Okay.
I haven't heard anything.
But theoretically, he was supposed to come yesterday, too.
See, I can see what.
Oh, he said his quarantine ended today, but he is coming tonight. I spoke with him.
So
With Theo and Scott. Great. And I said Theo and Scott have to be upstairs. Yeah, we'll have this movement phase, and then we'll have the combat phase, and then
we'll
the
clean up.
archer phase, missile phase,
Yeah,
and then we'll put up.
it takes a lot longer than regular D&D.
Yes. Yes, it does.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
enemies.
How the fuck are my guys in that thing supposed to get across the bridge ever?
So have a frontage of 2.
Have a frontage of 2.
Yeah.
Which means I just need to use my other.
3 or 4 turns
Yeah,
to get them to frontage
Yeah.
of 2.
that's ridiculous.
That's why maybe you should have just kept your cavalry and your archers on that side. Kept the bigger, bulkier ones on
Well,
one side.
the reason they're over there is to prevent you from coming over after my cavalry comes over, which is the whole point.
I think both of our plans was like, let's keep them from coming to our side. And then I just put everyone on one side.
Yeah. I mean, no one's using the hills.
Honestly,
They're using the river.
they're just gonna stand there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Because-
thinking about using the hills.
It's a waste of time to bother with it. Anyways, so melee.
Melee time.
Movement's all done.
Movement's all done.
You choose who is fighting first.
Who's attacking first?
Yeah, we gotta get you ready here soon, DX.
But it's who's attacking first, right?
Yeah.
Ha! Let's
Yeah. So, I guess.
Which of his units is attacking first,
Yes.
and then you choose which of your units is attacking.
So, what happens if my archers attack in melee? Can I? Or is it
They
a
can.
facing problem?
There's a facing problem.
Right now, there's a facing problem.
You got one guy who can attack.
And that's the
Like
closest one to
this
balance.
guy.
Well, not
Well, no.
To
Okay,
that.
so yeah, no, each of them can probably attack.
the
one of my
in front
cavalry.
them. One of the
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could attack him. He could attack him, and he could attack him.
Let's just do a little
So
damage
let's-
if we can. So,
So
I'm
you got
gonna
3.
attack with those archers on your cavalry
So-
before they attack.
Cool.
3d6.
See how it works. 3d6.
2.
2 attacks.
Yep. So 2d10.
I'm good.
Okay.
No,
Negative
I'm
both.
not good.
Oh. Not good.
So I hit
one hit.
1 hit? Okay.
So take 1 away.
Of your choice.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Oh, if you do that, he's no longer part of it and separated.
So I'll disengage from that nonsense.
Okay. Cool.
Your choice now?
Yep. Your choice.
You like charged the bridge and ran into my archers as soon as I left an opening.
I'm going
It was. I
to
was trying to get line of sight for my
go
archers.
with my
It's all over.
guys over here.
There are river sections.
I swung
1,
my
2,
cavalry
3,
over
4,
there.
5,
I
6.
brought my main sword out too.
What are you doing?
I'm attacking with all of these guys.
Almost
against
half
cavalry.
Militia against my cavalry.
That's a no, that's a no, that's a no, that's a no. 2.
2. Okay, so cavalry
Which
is.
sucks because that means I can only kill one of his guys.
Okay.
It is. No, that's morale.
2 of these
AR
guys
is 4.
are flanked. We need to separate that.
Oh, okay.
So let's
Hold
redo
on.
that.
Okay.
So 3 of your guys, you need to do
So, no flanking,
so 4,
no hits.
4, and 3.
Flanking,
4.
I thought he couldn't attack because of how the formation was.
He's
Because he can't be on the front.
Yeah.
So he can't
Okay.
he can't be in the front rank.
Okay, so 3 and 3.
So, and with flanking, 3 hits.
So what was it? 4 and 3?
It was nothing in 3
Nothing in 3. So 3 on the flank.
on the flank. So you get minus. So you need
Your armor rating goes up by 2.
So that's
So
6.
6.
And I need 1d10 for.
So anything 5 or less, you take the hit.
How many hit? 3?
3.
So you need to roll 3d10.
2 hit.
And technically, it's not my blue thing. It's totally not the college honors graduation tablecloth.
2 hit.
I
So
don't know
one's
what you're
dead
talking about.
since I'm wounded by 1.
Yep, take 1 away.
Smarter.
Are you surrounded?
Well,
Yes.
these are my
Yes.
guys. These are my guys.
He is surrounded and I am surrounded.
Yeah, he surrounded me and then I surrounded him.
But I'm not flanked.
So
Yeah, we should play nice today.
yeah, I'll keep
Nice.
down
Yeah.
for
Unlike the
rank.
wound I'm still healing from last week.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. That's good, right?
So this does
Yeah,
I
make
keep
a
my
while.
morale bonus.
Is this what you've been doing since 1 o'clock?
That's what they've been doing.
Roll your
I
morale
was
check.
sleeping on the couch upstairs.
Yeah, he was sleeping.
Three or so.
Which is why we were doing this.
10. That's good. Wait. Has to be lower, right? Or higher?
Higher.
Equal to or
Higher.
lower.
No, oh yeah, morale check lower.
That's 13. Knight's morale is 14.
And you get bonus 1, 15. So you're fine.
We're
You got it or lower. A high morale number is good. A low morale check is good.
All right, so choose your next attacker.
Second edition, right?
Okay, so I chose that.
No.
They attacked
What
me.
do you think you're doing?
Trying to get the fish.
You can't get the fish.
I'm going to attack with my swords
takes me
against
to
your
the
swords.
Nice. You can roll 4.
Better filter.
4.
Your swords are D8, so 48.
Ooh. So
But I'm not flanked.
You are not flanked, which is important.
Yes. That means I don't need to roll
yeah, I'm
tens.
looking for more d8s, but
Did we level up on that?
No,
Seventeen.
we're still in the middle.
those are 2 8s.
2 8s.
Oh,
All right, those that's 6 so far.
No, that's only 4.
8 or 3? I thought. Oh, 4. Okay.
What's that?
6 and 3.
So 6. 6 hits against 3 defenders.
Made it. Didn't.
So those 3.
So they're dead.
Okay, cool.
So I don't get to attack your swords.
Yep. How many do you have left? 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. And how many do you have to start in that? Sword? 12?
12.
Okay, so you're not at half.
Yeah, you don't have another morale check yet.
Once you get to half, you have to do a
Yep.
morale check, and every time you lose a unit after that, another
Yep.
morale check. And in this case, you don't have an extra rank.
So you got
Yes, I do because I no longer have a frontage.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Well, I guess they're they're facing the wrong, so they became the frontage.
Frontage.
So yeah, I don't have spare ring. Yeah. All right. So that's one of my choices of attacks that I can no longer do. I've already done the other 2 attacks.
you have no more
So
melee?
so I can attack your side.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
So I got 2d8.
against a flanked cavalry.
And that's
That's 3 attacks, 3 hits.
so that's 3d10.
5 and 8.
Yep. 3d10 against these 2.
And I'm flanked, so that's I have to get 6 or better.
Yep.
That's a hit.
So
Hit.
3 hits.
So one of
One
them
dead
is
cavalry.
dead.
Yep. You lose a cavalry. Oh man.
Making my front rank.
Yep. I think it's still okay if you lose one more. Yes. But
It's just you haven't attacked with those guys yet, so thank you. Because that's your front rank, which means you can only attack with him.
I thought I did it. No, I didn't.
Too late.
Oh well.
Lesson learned.
This is a learning scenario.
This is a learning scenario.
This is kind of interesting. This kind of reminds me of miniatures.
It is a miniatures game.
We're just
It is
playing with
absolutely a
tiles
miniatures
instead.
game.
As a kid. All right, I guess I'll attack. I totally forgot. One
That's
attack.
that should be all you have left. You attacked with the swords and the archers, so that's all you got left. So you can only attack with your knights. Axemen, they are not melee.
oh, they're not a melee. Right. No movement.
10, 5.
What are you doing?
5 is 1 hit.
1 hit.
I'm attacking with my.
Attacking my guy.
Roll d10. Made it?
No.
Oh. What's your armor on him? Oh. And you could remove from anywhere in your.
It doesn't matter. We're done.
Okay, we're done. Missile.
Except for missile.
Missile.
You go first on missile. These guys.
Have already attacked.
Cannot.
They attacked in melee.
Yeah, they
Oh,
cannot.
yep. So you have none.
I have
You
no
have
missile.
a missile attack.
Yep.
And
That's why. Why would you do that? I would have kept the missile attack.
I can't missile attack while I'm
You hit
in.
all of them.
Hey, they're not
Probably.
engaged anymore. That's delightful. And the range is now short range. That's delightful.
Well, it's measured.
Oh yeah, measure.
Middle to closest. Yep, 6.
Still short range.
Yep.
I get all 12.
Yay! Let's see how many I can defeat.
If
If you.
3, 4, 6, 7, 9.
you do not get that.
I don't get that guy?
Nope.
Oh,
Facing.
okay, it's facing. I get 11.
Yep, but him, up to him. Yep. You get 11.
11 dice.
Now, picture this, but us 3 versus him.
Well, it's you 3 versus the enemy.
I didn't try that.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I played miniature.
And also keep in mind that for the
Yeah,
most
enemy.
part, this isn't going to be us 3 with 3 separate armies. This is going to be our army.
Yeah.
You 3 controlling an army.
Yeah, and it'll be
1, 2, 3.
Then you have-
battalions that we've created ourselves.
It'll be command diameter.
No.
So you'll be able to direct the influence. And then I'm
Damn. Only 5 hits.
Only 5 hits?
Only 5 hits.
Okay. So
Well,
let's see. Those are swords.
10.
11d6.
7 is a great.
And I only got higher than 3 on 3 dice.
That's a hit.
Extremely disappointing.
It's not like
That's a
that.
hit.
3 more.
That's just
Just
run the enemy side.
5 or 6, all 5.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
We have plenty of players to help you run the things.
That's a hit. They all hit.
Wow. So you lose.
He rolled really low.
How many? 6?
Yeah. Well, I have 7.
5.
That was
Oh,
5.
5?
5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you lose
so I
5.
lose 5.
So
Nice.
how many was originally in there?
He
Take it
hasn't
from the
lost
back
any out of
left.
there yet.
Oh, none?
None.
Morale check. You'd be interested to see if you catch document fails, the morale check, and they're routed.
Considering what he just rolled on armor, though, it makes sense at this moment.
Yeah, they were decent. I just have a 7 armor.
Exceedingly effective shots.
No, he's lost 2 orcs.
Oh, he's lost 2 already?
Yes, I have.
That puts him at 7 out of 12.
2, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
No, you had more.
No, I had more.
You had 20?
Yeah, I had
Swords?
20. 20 swords.
Okay.
And
So
you have-
no morale check.
Nope, don't need it.
Okay,
That's
so
it.
we're done.
Cool.
Clean up.
Good game.
Uh,
I would have liked to see you won.